but like the bones in here, because they also get compressed because you're like fucking leaning forward all the time. So whenever like you open this up, I lean back, arch back.
Okay, that's good.
I don't know.
No, that makes sense. So,
Also,
I mean, like
face yoga.
Did you? Do you do face yoga?
I do it every day now.
oh heck
What?
Yeah.
Since when?
Since our last podcast.
Oh, what?
I was like, what's happening there? So,
Dude.
Cool. Have you seen those like shape stone things or like people
yes,
like they literally
I have one.
That's so
I have
cool.
one too.
I want to start doing that. I was like, that looks so cool.
Yep.
Heck yeah.
And they do like weird stretches on your face. It's it's very cool.
Yeah. It feels good too. Honestly.
It does feel good.
It's supposed to be super therapeutic.
Yeah. And if you like do it right, it's supposed to help you with neck pain and all that stuff.
Yeah. My grandma says that you could tell by looking at someone's face. If like a lot of things by telling someone's face, like stress and like sickness. And,
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So Botox is so baller.
Hey.
Yeah.
When are you getting Botox?
I think in 2 weeks.
Oh, hell
I
yeah.
think.
Love that for you.
No, literally, I was driving the other day and I like felt my like because I kind of squint sometimes.
Yeah.
And like I looked up at the mirror. I was like, oh my god, there's like a line in my eye. I was like,
Dude.
stop it.
You're like, I'm furrowing. I'm
Yeah.
furrowing.
I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
God.
So I had one right, and I was like, dude, like, because then I laughed so much and shit, and I was like,
Your crow's
Dude,
feet.
my smile lines are just getting so bad. I'm like, no.
Ah.
I'm like, don't smile.
yeah.
It's bad.
So I refuse to accept that.
I am
Yes. I will not accept age.
No, but
too. Forever.
well, so with that stone, I have noticed that whenever I like rub it and stuff, is I use vitamin E, like oil.
Mm-hmm.
I notice where the tension is, like it starts popping up and it's red. Like
Interesting.
yeah, because for example, like I have a vein right here, so there's like where the two muscles, I guess, like meet,
Okay.
and I can see the gap, like where the vein is. There's no muscle, so it's like regular color, and then like where the tension is fucking red, and I'm like rubbing it out. You know,
Oh, shit.
it's dope. Well,
That's
it's
cool.
scary.
Yeah.
You know, and like if you like feel your face, like by where your bones are and stuff, and you just start pressing, you start feeling this like tension balls, and they hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And getting like an actual massage, like go all hard, but it's like, all right.
Ugh. I need that massage.
Same. I don't know.
Right?
Yeah.
I want a massage.
I want a massage so bad.
So bad.
When we were in Mexico, we got a massage and a facial, and the massage was okay, but we paid for this. Did I bring this up already?
No.
Okay, so we paid extra for. Well, the one that I got was it was supposed to have like stem cells and 24 karat gold.
Okay.
There's no way of me knowing that it actually happened or not.
Yeah.
As far as I know, they could just put fucking 9 Essence Store lotion on my face, and I wouldn't have known.
Yeah.
Because they put 3 things on my face. I never saw any gold.
Like, why am I not sparkling? What's happening?
Like, why am I not shining?
Exactly.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah. Are we on?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've been recording for a little bit.
Oh, cool.
I usually kind of record when we're talking. It's been for like 3 minutes.
Sick.
This is the Pwrpod.
Pwrpod is episode 5.
Episode 5 of Pwrpod.
Okay, so 5th episode. We recently looked over the video of the first episode. So how have you two felt? I guess what has been like the thing that you've improved on the most, or the things that you've addressed, or things that you want to have been working on, I guess.
I think for me, just like actually now having a vision for it. I think before we were just like, okay, we're just kind of shooting the shit in your kitchen and like hanging out. But like now, now I feel like it's all came together. A little structured makes, you want to be like, all right, let's really get more concrete about this.
Definitely. For me, it's not trying not to talk over people. Notice that I am really, really bad at doing that. Or like I try to finish someone's sentence, so I'm just kind of wait.
As you were saying that, I was like, oh my God, yeah, definitely me.
Yeah. Like I try not to be a me monster, but like when you bring something back to yourself, you're like, I'm just trying to relate to you.
How would you do that though?
What?
How can you relate to someone without being a me monster? Like, is there like a...
It's like, so you're trying to relate to somebody and it's like, I just did it again. I just talked over it, Sylvia. No. I'm so sorry.
I was good about to talk over you, but
oh my God.
Because it's like, how else would you create...
So there's a difference between relating and then being like, well, like every time somebody tells you something rather than just listening, you're like, oh, well, in my life, this happened to me, and trying to find anything to relate. So,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think that I'm a me monster, but
I think it's also like people's perspective too, because I'm that type of person too. Like, I'm gonna tell you about me so I can relate to you, and like I think I like when people chat with me, and I don't see it like that way. But if you were to talk to someone else, you'd be like, "Damn, did you hear her? Like, I would try to spill my business, and she just kind of made it about herself." But it's like, no, like it's just different perspectives, like for sure.
exactly. So yeah, so that's really what I'm trying to work on, and better posture.
Yeah.
What about you?
Cutting out my filler words.
Oh, that's it's another one too.
Yeah.
Try not to say like.
When I did Toastmasters, that really helped me.
Yeah.
That's probably the best thing that I took from that whole.
And they count you.
year and
They
a
count how many you take.
Yeah.
Oh, that's humbling.
Yeah.
I
It
would
is.
not want someone to do a count.
You said so, and like about 50 times. You're kicked out of this class.
Yeah.
No.
And I think I do like they call them pregnant pauses. You know,
Yeah.
it's when it's like in the middle of sentences, just stop talking. And I do it to recoup my thoughts because I speak so fast, you know.
Same. Oh man.
And I say, you know,
Yeah, you know.
all the
I'll
time.
say like, does that make sense? If I'm like, does it make sense to me or?
Someone brought it up to my attention that when you ask someone, does that make sense, that it could come off as insulting. And because I do it all the time, and it's and it's because I think since my ideas are a lot of perspective based in terms that it's just what I think, or based on my experience and based on the things that I've been exposed to, this is what I think is happening. And I would ask for a clarification, but then the point was, well, what makes you think that they can't follow along?
Right.
And I was like, well, probably my inability to communicate. And then, but it's like not, it's not real. So
Sorry. But I do that all the time too. I'm not as a me monster, but when I talk to you and my ideas are flowing, I will say something along the lines of, now I just lost my train of thought.
Does that make sense?
Because I'm trying not to say like, yes. No.
Does that make-
that
yeah.
make sense? So I say that all the time too.
Yeah. And I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
I don't think it's insulting.
I don't either.
Because like as I'm talking, I'm like, wait, is this making sense? Like that's why I'm making sure I'm like, wait, I'm trying to follow along with myself. So you're keeping up too, right?
Right.
Like, and it's like,
Exactly.
you just help us both out. That's more of clarification for us both. Never an insult.
Yeah.
Yeah. So today we're going to try not to say like.
I know.
Like,
I'm gonna keep a count.
Count how many likes.
You did it.
what did they do in your Toastmasters?
As far as
Like filler words. How did they keep track of them? They just count them?
they just counted them
Okay.
per person. They would go and basically there's a piece of paper per person, and they would literally just tally up how many times you said so or like.
I went to some where
Anyway,
they put marbles in a jar
Oh.
every time you say a filler word, and then you tally up at the end how many marbles.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And the other one so the club that I belonged to
Yeah.
a while back, we did the clicker, like a dog clicker.
Oh, that's
So every time you said like so, they'll click you.
that would like bring me out of it. Like it would make me
It's
lose my train
supposed
of
to,
thought
yeah.
so bad.
It's
I'd be like,
supposed to.
how do you not go
How do you not say after they click it?
Just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It's interesting though.
It is interesting.
But it does help. It significantly helps. And in
A
the
dog clicker.
in the previous like my first podcast is awful. Like my first podcast we ever did, like it's awful. But then as I joined and as I started progressing, you could definitely tell like the length of the podcast are significantly longer, the way that it flows significantly better, and I don't use as many filler words.
Right. Oh, that's a good.
You gotta keep yourself accountable. In that
Definitely.
sense, for sure.
Now we're all monitoring what we say.
Literally, I was like, don't say it.
Don't just say it.
So talk to us about your shirt.
Yes.
My shirt, yeah.
The
So I
cutest
brought out
shirt.
my cool little strawberry shirt today. Yeah, my sewing class. This is kind of like our second project. The first one I made like kind of a muumuu type thing, and
What's a muumuu?
it's like a not fitted dress, like
Yeah.
like it's like a kind of like a sack.
Yeah, it's not like a flattering dress, so men call it muumuus because
Yeah.
What do women call it?
muumuus
No,
now.
Oh.
I call it muumuu as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not technically a muumuu. She didn't call it a muumuu, but it's like it's not a fitted dress, so I'm just like it's a muumuu.
Yeah.
But so yeah, so we're just like constructing on how to like. It was mostly just, hey, hey, here's 2 separate fabrics that are separate from each other, just learn how to sew it together. So that's what that project was. We made a cute little belt to cinch it, so it wasn't too much of a moo-moo. And then now we moved on to t-shirts. So it was mostly so we can learn how to like hem. So now I mean, it's not the best.
It looks store-bought. I swear. It's
Thank
so
you.
cute.
Thank you.
I love it.
I'm impressed.
Like those little touches, like that's mostly what this project was for, is like the little touches to make it really seem like seamless, and that you could like honestly looking at this too, I'm just like, oh my god, this does look like something I like would buy.
I'm impressed.
Thank you.
Seriously,
Thank you.
second I walked in, I was like, the strawberry shirt.
I heard it. I was way over there, and I was like, holy
like,
shit.
hell
I
yeah.
was so
like,
excited.
This
Yeah.
is a shirt. No, yeah, this is a shirt.
It's super
I
cute.
know, I'm so excited. It's super comfy, and I'm excited now on my own. I'm gonna just try to make like a little shorts, little headband to like make it like a cute little set. So it's not my little project.
Okay.
No,
I
know,
can't
it's
wait
so
to see.
fun. Yeah, and then next week, hopefully I will be finished with the jumpsuit, so I'll bring that. Maybe not next pod, but the other next pod.
Okay.
It'll be fully done. So I'm really excited. Now
Oh,
I gotta wear.
man.
I know it's fun. I gotta wear my projects around now, and it's like such a flex. I'm like, yeah, I made it or whatever. It's cool. I'm like, give me your measurements. I might make you one.
Right.
And we'll see.
Yeah.
I make my own clothes.
That's cool.
That's baller.
Yeah,
I love
you.
it.
Thank you. No, yeah.
You just start like a Etsy shop of clothes that
Yeah.
you make.
No, I really want. I mean, just I don't know. I was telling Gabby earlier. I was just like, yeah. My biggest thing too is like now that I know how to sew, like people are like, hey, like can you hem stuff? Or like that was the biggest reason on why I wanted to start sewing, just to like hem my own things and like tailor it to myself. So I want to start doing that like for people around too, and then just kind of shoot the shit with it.
For $1,000.
$1,000 a hem, okay?
And they got to buy the materials.
And they gotta buy.
You gotta buy some materials. You gotta set me up with food. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's a process.
That's fair.
It does that.
Did you get to pick the fabric? Like, you picked everything?
Yeah, the only structure that she says, she's like, it'll be like a knit this week. Like this was the first time I ever worked with a knit pattern, which is like a stretchy pattern. So it'll either be like a knit or it'll be like woven, which is like more of like a cotton, like more like structured pattern. So that's kind of also why she likes to do projects. Like last time with the Moo, she's like, okay, I want to start us off with like a cotton, learning how to just like work with any like a woven fabric. And then this one she's like, all right, this is going to be a little more advanced. It's a knit. It's going to be harder to like, work with since it's so stretchy.
Was it hard to sew?
I thought it was I thought it was going to be, especially since I had my long nails at the time, and like sewing, like using a sewing machine with acrylics was really hard. It was really hard because like you have to put the thread through the needle, and like it was so bad. So that part was hard, but it wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. Just because the most intimidating part is like you have to keep it at a certain, you have to do certain tension with like this because it's so stretchy. But you can't do it too much or else like it's going to stretch it out and it's going to look weird. So that was like the biggest thing. It was
I'm
like, hey,
so
learn
impressed with you.
learn how to use. Thank you.
goodness.
It's super fun. It's super cool. I didn't think that I would actually be, I didn't think I could get like this advanced with it, but it's really fun to go to a place where, and it's also really intimate too. It's just me and my other friend and like 2 instructors, and they really like take the time to be like, hey, like let me break this down. I want you to learn this, like so you could go off and do it on your own. The instructor too, she makes her own patterns. So like she makes like her own designs of shirts basically, and like will make like patterns for, because this was like 4 pieces that they put together. So she makes her own little stuff like that, and it's really cool.
That is awesome. I love it.
Thank
It's so
you.
cute.
Thank you.
If you're watching the video,
Which you should.
Which you should be
little
watching.
Strawberry shirt, this awesome neckline. It's my favorite. Like I'm only excited that I made this because this is my favorite type of like neck.
No, it's
like,
very
kind of
good.
have. So I'm gonna switch all my shirts to this. I'm so excited.
nice.
So yeah.
Solid
So, yeah.
plan.
So you
Thank
could
you.
turn all of your t-shirts and all of your, in theory, right?
In theory, yeah. I mean, it
into
wouldn't be
that.
as easy as I did with this, but I mean, yeah, technically, you can maneuver fabric however you kind of want to. You just have to have like a vision and know what you're doing. So,
Do you have a sewing machine?
I do, yeah. I got one. Yeah, I got one for Christmas, and that's why I was like, okay, like
Love
I actually
that.
really, because I used to just hand sew as a kid, and then I like after the pandemic, I was like, let me just heal my inner child and do all this stuff that I like to do as a kid. So,
I love that.
yeah, I was like, that was so fun to me as a kid. So I asked for one for Christmas, got one, and then I was like, I actually like, I mean, yeah, I can go on YouTube and do stuff, and like, there's a lot of information, but I kind of like. With something like that, I needed like a one-on-one. I'm like, all right, this is really intimidating. Like and I actually want to know because there's so much that goes into it that I didn't think does. So it's nice. It's really cool. It's
That's
a great
awesome.
setup.
Yeah.
I love it. That's why I'm like, I love, that's my therapy for the week is we're in a sewing class
That's dope.
because
That
it's cool.
is.
It's really fun. I love it.
I love
So
that.
what'd you guys think of the mushroom pre?
Feeling pretty good.
Yeah. Haven't had a yawn yet, so it's been working.
Yeah.
And now you said that, now I feel like I have to yawn.
What did I feel one try to come up? I'm like,
Damn.
yeah, no, I like
Stretch.
it. And it tastes better than I thought because I kind of got nervous. I was like, mushroom, but it's pretty good. Yeah.
It's so that one I call it the business pre-workout because
Kinetic mushroom enhanced.
I don't know what it is about it, but
What's your code? What's your affiliate code?
I don't have an affiliate. It's just a link.
Oh,
Yeah, so I'm just like I just
link in bio.
yeah, I just promote. Like I as far as an affiliate code, I was never a fan of them.
Really? Why?
Because I felt that it consisted on me persuading people to purchase something that they might not really need for
I
money.
get what you mean.
Okay.
That's why I hated retail. It's like, why am I going to push this product on someone?
Yeah, and then with something like this, just being a rep, I guess it's like the benefit that I get is that other people use it,
Right.
and it lowers the barrier to entry for exercise. That's the benefit that I get out of it because that's really what I'm about.
Lowers the barrier of entry to exercise. That's cool.
Yeah.
Your word of mouth works. I mean, a lot of people you run like workouts, so you're like, hey, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah, and it's much easier. It's relatable and it's more genuine.
Yeah, than being like, oh my God,
Here's my
my
code.
code.
Yeah,
Right.
use my code. And
No,
use
definitely.
I don't.
And you give out like samples.
I know, literally. Every time I hear he's like, hey, want to try this new thing? I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, well, and that's my whole perspective on it is just I just want to lower the barrier of entry to fitness because if it's you drink something that makes you work out, then drink that. If you take a pill that it makes you facilitate certain things to get done to get you to work out, then do that or whatever.
Gotta get there. Gotta get there.
Just gotta get there. That's half the battle is just showing up.
No, literally, I was in the parking lot
That's
like,
so
dang,
true.
okay, you're here, but you got to get out this car already.
You gotta get.
That's,
you gotta
that's a rough one, dude.
That's hard.
Yeah.
Gabby and I dealt with that. What do we call it? It was definitely like a form of anxiety, but it's just like when you sit in the car I remember like I was sitting in my car on Instagram for like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Like I would be drinking my pre-workout. Like I'm just waiting for this to hit, you know, like it was just.
Let it settle. I was like, my son feels a little weird. Give me 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Just
You see people come and go in the time that you're sitting in the car.
You're like, no.
Yikes. Like, don't look at me. I'm not here.
Yeah, like my car's off. Like like I'm looking for. I see people. I'm like started
Like,
looking
I'm
for
about to-
something.
Yeah, right. Because I'm low busy. I'm just grabbing some stuff.
Just gonna have my life together before I go in.
Oh my god, that's
Yeah.
so funny.
Yeah, half the battle showing up, in my opinion.
Totally true. Like when I was watching your cats, I was like, I'm gonna use the gym while they're gone. Didn't. Did not happen. It's like, maybe I'll come back later and ride the Peloton. And I'm like, oh, I don't have the right shoes. Just talk myself out of it.
Didn't work out.
Dude, the home gym it's hard.
It is.
It's so tough. And I mean, you work out at home too, right?
I do, yes.
What do you?
So I have a spin bike. So we got like this little cheapo $100 spin bike. His friend's like, if you use the spin bike, like we can, if you're actually going to use it, it's a better deal. He's like, then we could sell that one and eventually get you a Peloton. I'm like, oh, okay. I like just started using it, right? I've had it for 2 years. But then I bought the weights. I got the punching bag that I sold to you.
Yeah, I use it.
I think that's probably the thing that I use the most. But now I jump rope but it's definitely hard. Definitely. I go up the stairs a lot with RA, so I'm like, this counts as a
Like, that was
workout.
my workout.
I know.
That
The
is.
weight's upstairs, so I'm like, okay, here we go.
So Gabby found this article a while back, or no, I think she wrote a paper on it when she was in school about alternatives to exercise that were active, meaning that you don't have time to work out, but what can you do to live somewhat of an active lifestyle? And one of them was like take the stairs only, right? But the other one was gardening.
I get that.
Yeah.
You're like bending down a lot,
Yeah.
getting up. Like,
And then if you go to a grocery store, like walk every aisle, like with purpose.
I know.
you're lunging down the aisles.
Yeah.
We don't do
Just
that.
We don't know. I don't grocery shop. Franz grocery shops.
Oh,
I do not.
yeah. I'm not a fan.
No.
Are you a fan of? Are you a fan of grocery shopping?
Yeah. Well, I pregame my grocery shop. I like to smoke before, like how I said, I like to smoke before I go to Target. So
well,
like that's me.
okay,
grocery
but
Oh
shopping.
my god,
It's so
I
fun.
love that.
I do that, but it's not for groceries.
Oh, well, it's a good experience. You're doing groceries too when you're high. You're like, oh yeah.
You're like, I want this.
You're like, I'm
and
gonna
that.
make that when I get home.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't like to cook. So.
Oh,
That's why I
get
don't
you.
like it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
yeah. I only cook breakfast. Usually.
Yeah, I used to like to go to breakfast.
Me too.
I used to like to go to the grocery store before I was a mom.
I
But now
feel
when I go to the
that.
grocery
Oh, no.
store,
I feel you.
he wants to reach for everything. He's in the basket. He's like sitting down in the thing, and then he wants to get out, and then you're carrying him, and you're pushing the cart. I'm like, this is a disaster.
No, literally, I like go with my best friend to go grocery shop. Like that's how we hang out, just so I can. Because she has 2 little ones too. She's like, all right, like come out, we'll hang out, but also
But also, like, I
Help
need
me.
your help.
Watch.
Yeah.
get her hand, hold her hand the whole time.
Oh my god. Yes. Luckily, I mean,
that.
yeah, they have a car. Like you push the cart, but there's also a car,
Those are cute.
so they sit in the car. Like so, he feels like he's driving.
I feel like there used to be a lot more like back in the day. Like there was
There
such cute
definitely
ones.
was.
Like I remember at Walmart there would be like little like animal like
Yes.
ones, and like me and my brothers would always be like we want
What?
that. Like they used to be so cool. I'm like, what happened?
Now it's just cars, and I mean, they're still pretty cute, but it's
Cute. Well, it's not as, like the kids aren't as excited.
they're not.
At least me, I was like, let's go sit down. Let's
Yeah.
go sit in
Right.
that car.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm perfectly okay with just not going anymore.
Just not.
I get that. It's annoying.
It is.
And I have to really think about it. Like sometimes there's weeks where I'm like, okay, I guess I can't. I'm just gonna go eat out. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, I don't have the willpower to do it today.
Yeah, and then you like have anxiety about if you're gonna forget something or anything like that.
I know I always try to write a list, but then I'm like, damn, I left my list.
I know, and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try to remember it, and then I put it in a note in my phone.
Don't
and I'm
open
just
the
there
note.
vibing.
Don't open the note. Just go through the aisles.
I'm
and
like, I think I needed that one. I want that.
Yes.
Went home with me.
Pretty sure this was on my list. You go home and none of it is.
Dude.
I got like one thing. I'm
Yeah.
like,
But it's fucked because sometimes I could put off going. We used to put off going to the grocery store because we're working on this list. Never fucking finish it.
Yeah. Now you can there's so many alternatives. You can order your groceries to be delivered. But a lot of the times people don't pick the good stuff. They don't pick the
I
good
mean-
fruits.
Well, yeah,
That's
but
true.
Yeah, like,
that's
are you
the-
munching on them in the car? Like half of them are gone.
Why is this bruised?
Yeah, right.
it's
Why?
but the way I look at it is like it's the price to pay because you're not
Yeah.
getting them yourself.
It's like you get.
Yeah,
what's
but
the-
someone's getting paid to do it. So that's
Yeah.
their job. They should want to pick some good selections.
I don't think people want to do that.
Well, then why are they a shopper? Why did they apply for that job?
Cash
they got it.
because they had no choice.
You're like, listen, I just gotta go.
It's like with DoorDash too. You know, they're just like,
Yeah.
damn, this food smells good, but
Yeah.
guess-
Like gets to you, it's all leaky through the bag. You're like, I don't give a shit, man. Here you go.
like so it was delivered, right?
Dude.
Yeah. Took a picture of you holding it. Fabulous.
Uber Eats has messed up probably the last 10 orders,
Yeah.
9 of them, and it's pretty obvious. Like the things that I order, 'cause, when we order Uber Eats or any type of food, I like to just make it worth it because the delivery fee is significant. So I'm like, okay, well, like
Oh my God.
should get delivery for like food for 2 days, like.
Right.
But then when we get like one entree, like there's 5 on here. Like, how does this you have to pay for it with your thing? You know that it's in the 70s and you get one thing.
That would be pretty wild.
Like,
We would be
does
wild.
that not make sense?
Like when he picked up the bag and looked at the.
Is it good?
Saved it. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Will it stop recording if it locks?
I don't think. Well, I'm not sure. This is the first time we're using this system.
Yeah,
but
we're
I don't-
upgrading.
Oh.
Yeah, because we were gonna.
upgrade.
Well, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna go into it, but yeah.
You
Yeah,
got
we were gonna use 2 cameras at first, so because I kind of just switch in between the keys,
Right.
but I wanted just to have 2 recording at the same time, so it'd be a little cleaner. But we haven't figured out how to efficiently do that yet, so we're trying this out today. And I
Love
think
it.
it should.
I mean, you can
Should
see
be
all
pretty
3 of
good.
us. We're good.
Yeah, no, I liked the angle. So
Yeah, and then
Dig
with
it.
this one, we could use the wide angle lens. The other one we couldn't. When we're using OBS, we could use the straight shot.
Even better. That's awesome. What's this one?
This one's called Camo.
Camo. That's fun.
yeah.
Yeah, and then it hooks up to the Rodecaster Pro, which is like the soundboard.
And
So.
it looks, it's been a little easier too. So
What were we talking about? I'm sorry, I cut you off.
Groceries. Oh no, Uber Eats,
Uber
or just
Eats.
literally people doing what would
Yeah.
you call that?
What?
What do you call those type of jobs?
I still think it's a customer service slash. I wouldn't say service industry. Just like mostly just customers, because you're not really dealing with anything else besides like a customer.
But for example, so Uber, like Uber Lyft, are in the same category as Uber Eats, even though it's not the same thing.
Oh, I know.
But it's like the same. Like if you drive for Uber, you pick up food too. It's fucking weird.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Like, do you have a choice in the matter?
I actually I don't know, but I know that like it's
so-
the same. Is like
Yeah.
is the same platform.
I'm like,
Oh yeah, so you have to go through the whole background check and everything to be an Uber driver, to be an Uber Eats driver. I mean, why wouldn't you?
Right.
I would like that if someone's handling my food. I'm like,
Oh, I mean,
yes,
yeah.
please.
Yes.
But then like the people at Pizza Hut or, any delivery, they don't do any of that stuff. I imagine.
Oh yeah, no.
No, I'm sure.
And they've been
16-year-old
doing it
kid
for
thing.
years, dude. Like they're the OG delivery.
Yeah. And a lot of places have stopped doing delivery.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. They won't come if it's like too far. So then you have to like, oh, you can go on our partner app. And then so you go on like DoorDash, but then it's like a $10 delivery.
Yeah. Yeah.
I used to order Uber Eats all the time. And I would go based off of how much the delivery fee was.
Same.
Because sometimes it's like 99 cents. And I'm like, oh yeah, give me that.
Dude,
But also, if anything's wrong with your order, take a picture of it. Uber will.
Oh no, I know.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, I'm on that.
Look, yeah.
Yeah, I ain't scared. What are you gonna do?
That's very
like, it was my food. I paid for it.
Yeah,
Come on,
exactly.
man.
It's
Like,
it's
yeah, and it's like,
Did
it
you
adds
do-
up, dude. It really adds up.
That's
And
what I'm saying,
And I
with-
pay for convenience. You know?
right. When it's like when it's in the 70s and you only give me one little box, like bruh.
That would make if I was having a bad day. That'd make me cry.
I was
Yo,
like-
come on.
And this is not even the one that I was looking forward to.
Oh, man.
Like this was the least of my worries. Really. This was just a last minute add.
Yeah. Like just in case I'm still hungry, like
I just needed a nibble. And this is
yeah,
not my entree.
yeah, exactly,
Like-
yeah. This is sad.
That's sad.
That is sad. I'm sorry for it.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Sorry for your loss.
Your loss of food. That'd make me lose my appetite. I'd be like,
Well, like, but what do you do?
what do you mean?
It's like the
Oh,
worst
yeah.
because typically like the times this happened is around 10,
I would start just
probably
driving
under
down.
the influence.
Yeah.
Like,
Probably. And you can't call the place because they're like, well, you have to go through Uber. And then you go through Uber and all they have is a chat. And the chat's closed. You're like, what do I do?
yeah,
Oh, so difficult.
it's like wait 24 hours to be like the bro. Like I'm
Like, but I'm
still,
hungry.
I'm fucking hungry.
I need it now. Man.
Yeah.
He's probably snacking on it as he drives away. He's like, ha ha.
He's like, yeah, the restaurant messed up.
Yeah. It was their fault, but really, he's like, man, that looks good as fuck.
Do you know, I get so scared when I do stuff like that. I used to work at Wingstop, and we have like a freestyle machine where like, it's just on the side, so you as a customer have to go fill up your drinks. And so I had an Uber guy, he like picked up the order. Well, it wasn't Uber, it could have been just one of them, I'm not sure what it was, but he picked it up and he goes to like start filling up the person's soda, and like it overfilled, and he took a sip, dude. He took and I watched him. I was like, sir, I can get you a new cup. Like, it's okay. Like, come on. And he just like looked at me like he got caught, and I was like, you did, dude. Like, you work. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Like, I
Oh,
get
let me
like,
save it.
like I don't know if it was like reflex, because like I get that like sometimes stuff is reflex, but I'm also like, you're delivering food. Like, no. So that's why every time I order, I don't get drinks, and I make sure like or I'm doing it's like salt, because dude, it freaked me out, and I'm like,
Never
you know,
getting a
I'm
drink
lucky
again.
that I saw that, but like, what if someone else was like working in there, just like, oh, haha, that's funny that they took a sip, and it's like, oh god,
Dude, those machines are my favorite
I love those. No, they're so cool.
because they have the calorie-free Fanta, the strawberry Fanta. Oh, bro.
Wanna Fanta?
Yeah.
Don't you wanna
Anytime I see places that has strawberry Fanta, I'm like, I need.
Yeah.
I love that Whataburger has it. Like,
Yeah.
Whataburger
Yeah.
can. Oh, let me
Oh
not.
shit.
But
I
Go
didn't
down
know
the
that.
list.
I know.
Man, we're getting
Panda,
hungry.
Panda does too. Panda does too.
Panda. We love
Like, I'm not a
Panda.
soda person, but strawberry Fanta every day.
Well, it has
Not
to be
every
the
day.
calorie-free one
Oh,
because I'll feel guilty.
I was about to say, no, I can't do
You
diet.
feel guilty about
Yeah.
soda?
Because calories.
It's like empty calories.
Yeah, empty calories.
Yeah.
Wasting your calories.
Yeah.
So I
Like, I'd
stopped
rather
drinking
eat
juice.
it. Yeah.
I was such a juice person, but I was
Really?
like, I love juice. Like, I don't like soda, but I like juice. But I have to stop because I was like, it's a lot of sugar.
What type of juice?
All of it. I like orange, apple, grape. I still do drink cranberry juice because I just think it's good, and it's good for you as a woman.
Cranberry juice.
But yeah,
I love it. It's so good.
I like to in the morning. I like to have water and then cranberry juice. Good way to start the day.
good for your body.
Yeah, I tell myself, I'm like, it's good for me, so I can drink this
It
juice all the
is.
time.
It's good for you.
Really?
It
Yeah.
is. It is really good for you.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I just drink a lot of water.
Yeah.
Well, same, but I mean, sometimes it's nice to have a little something else. I love apple juice. Oh my god, it's so good.
Really?
I don't drink juice, but Ari doesn't drink juice either. He doesn't like it.
Oh, that's good.
Except for like vitamin waters and stuff. He likes those. But that's a filler word, but we're doing so good. We've been doing so good, people. Anyway.
I totally forgot about that.
Me
Yeah.
too. I was like, I probably went off.
And I'm trying so hard not to say it.
You've been doing great.
You did.
I haven't been cutting people off either. Look at me go. Crushing it.
Damn.
Right. But yeah, so when we do get apple juice for maybe somebody who's coming to visit and they don't finish it, give me this shit.
Like, so this is now mine.
Yes.
Dib.
Don't even look at the back. I'm like, rip off the label.
Straight from the
Like
carton.
1,000 calories.
Yeah, no, that's why I don't buy juice either too. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I will finish it in
I
like
will.
2-3 days. Like, don't give it to me.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
We used to buy like these like mango. It was like grape, mango, apple juices or whatever. They at Walmart they mix them all up and used to mix them with rum. Oh my god, so good. But also have never gained so much weight so fast in my life.
What?
Yeah, they're so
It
unhealthy
adds
for
up.
you.
No, I remember that juice of Humex.
Yeah.
I used to always put that in my smoothies, and I was like, oh, like I'm being so like healthy and great. And I'm like, girl, that is.
Damn. This is like pulp, dude.
So, yeah,
It's
basically.
this pulp. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh man.
Shit. I'd always drink those. I'd have those like daily.
Really?
So good.
Well, I'm a big fan of supplements because they're flavored and they don't have any calories. That's why I love supplements so much.
Maybe.
I've been like getting into those Mios like now because everyone around me is drinking Mio, so I'm like, all right, let me see what the
Yeah.
hype is, and it's like it's not bad. Like if you like juice and stuff like that, and there's like energy drink ones too.
So I actually, I just started using them again. But when I was a trainer, I was also in the Air Force, and I would go in at 11 to do my avionics job
PM?
for the Air Force, and I'll get out between like 7 and 8.
AM?
Yeah, and then my first client was at 9 a.m.
Oh my.
So I did that for like 6 months,
So you're
and
up all night and then.
yeah, dude, like I did every weekend. I'll stay up like 36 hours straight because I'll party. I like will never miss the gym session or a party. I will never miss those.
Yo.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was nuts.
What do they say? How many hours you? If you're awake a certain amount of hours, you are almost like delirious and drunk.
Yeah. I mean,
I
I
can-
definitely like passed out and
Yeah.
like.
Sleep for 36 hours and then you do it all over again.
But the Mios, I would just go through like a Mio every other day, and I would just
Damn.
like put under my tongue. I was just so like
Oh my goodness.
I was like zombie, like just
Or hardcore?
You're just like, I'm just trying to stay awake.
Just
Like,
literally like the acidity was keeping me awake at that
Yeah.
point. Like, you know what I mean? Like I was
you're
just
just like, oh damn. You're like, all right.
Working on planes, they're like, man.
give me that.
Yeah.
Give me some
Your
of that.
fucking little hamster.
Yeah.
So
dude.
water.
Like, hey, you want to work? Like, you know, they're like,
Oh my god. You're like, come on, Ellen.
yeah, dude. It's rough,
Damn.
Yeah.
rough times, but it was good. So I didn't do meals for a long time, and then I got back into them because they have the electrolyte ones. So I started putting them. This was back when I was like a really hardcore meathead, so I walk around with a gallon everywhere.
Oh my
And
god.
you know what I'm talking about? Like the
Yeah.
milk jug.
I
Like
do. I know what you're
She
talking
knows.
about.
We got a picture.
I got a picture of it. 'Cause I also used to be a meathead. You carry around a stupid ass gallon of water. And then in Planet Fitness, if you brought a gallon of water in, you'd be considered like a lug or like a lug head or something like that. And they had a
What?
lunk. It might be a lunk. And they
Well,
have
I know the lunk alarm.
the lunk. So
Okay.
that you'd be they were like, oh, what's a lunk? And it says it on like a little.
What?
Straight
When
calling you out.
Is there somebody who walks around with a bag of weights and a gallon of water, making all this? I'm like, man, and it.
This is the gym.
That's
the
rude,
gym. I
dude.
know.
Like, what? You want me to
That's
not
good.
drink
That's
water? Like, we're walking around with this in the gym?
They're like, we sell water. No, I don't know.
That's small little water. Like,
Yeah.
basically those.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's why like when I say I work at Planet Fitness, I'm like, like I like say it kind of low key because like they kind of it's a gym, but they're also like not really trying to
Right.
help. Like they'll bring pizzas and like bagels. I'm like, why are you doing
I used to
this?
have a Planet Fitness membership. Yeah, and they're like, oh, pizza it's like every other Wednesday, and then it's donut Mondays. I'm like, what?
Like, why are you guys doing this? To
I
us?
mean, if
Why
you
are
are
you doing
like,
this to me?
if you're really strapped for cash, though, it's a deal.
well, yeah, you
I
gotta
mean,
work out in a meal. Like, that's
Yeah.
cool.
So you get
But-
2 meals a month,
Yeah.
and like you don't have to pay for a shower, right? They have showers, right?
Yes, they do.
Yeah. So you can use
20 bucks a month will get you like massage machines, tanning machines. Yeah,
2 meals,
2 meals,
breakfast.
breakfast and lunch, and dinner.
Yeah,
Man.
that's. I mean, for the price, it's not bad, but I definitely. So I've only been to 2 Planet Fitnesses in my life, and both times I felt very uncomfortable. Like the staff and the members just really
Stare, yeah.
stared, like as if I wasn't supposed to be there, and I'm like,
You're like, it's a gym. Talk about
and
gym
that's what I
shaming.
felt.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I felt that I was just there, like, okay, well, I'm here to work out with this person that has the membership here,
Yeah.
and instead, I felt very shamed.
Yes. They
And-
don't have any free weight barbells,
Right.
and their weights only go up to like 70. So when Franz used to be a big meathead, so when we first started dating, he was lifting like 100-pound weights. I'm like, oh my
Nice.
god. So I brought him to the gym with me. I was going to Planet Fitness at the time, and he like asked because it only went up to 70, and he's like, doesn't have heavy enough weight.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, man, what a struggle to have.
Yeah. Well, I remember.
Over here with
heavy,
the
dang.
20s,
I remember-
I'm like, yeah.
You're like, what? You can't find anything?
I remember those times, and I've been in this cake where it's like maturing in the gym. Like, what does that mean? And my friend John, who I just went to go see.
Who's having the baby?
Yeah,
Love
my
it.
my fellow professor.
Your bromo sapien.
Yeah.
Your bromance.
Yeah.
Brethren.
So we switched.
I
We
went to
switched
it.
from because we used to, similar in like heavier. Like I want to go heavy and blah blah blah. But then, like our joints can't handle anymore,
No.
and it's unsustainable to beat yourself up with that heavy of weight. So the last time we worked out, we were, I don't think we lifted over 100 pounds. And like we were both like, it was a really good workout, and we were doing like a lot of cables, and things were like very different. And we were
Right.
just discussing how we did this program called Blood and Guts. And the idea was, so literally, like if you watch the video, the guy that put it together, his name's Dorian Yates, and he's like, you have to pretend that someone has a gun to your head, and then that if you don't continue, they're going to find out and they're going to kill you. And then that's the mindset you have to go that adopt towards like lifting.
That is
If
terrifying.
I don't do these 10 reps, someone's fucking
Literally.
me out.
And
Well, if that doesn't give you anxiety. Oh, maybe that's where it all started, Alan.
probably,
Oh my god, the blood and guts.
well, it was probably like the third world country. And then,
Yeah.
Just layer after
yeah,
layer.
just like, and eventually it came to like high stimulus,
oh shit.
Yeah.
Man,
But
that's wild.
it just very different. Just
Yeah.
maturing in the gym.
Definitely. People I used to deploy with would squat like 500 pounds.
Dang.
But I literally saw a post a few weeks ago of a memory of one of them shared of him doing that. And he's like, man, that's probably why my joints are fucked up.
I get that, dude. I just leg press 70 and I'm just like, oh, my knees.
Yeah.
Like, dang.
Oh, leg press. I watched somebody showed me one video of a leg press gone wrong. Of the
The
Dude,
knee
that's-
going.
the knee going backwards.
When we started hanging out and like I would tell him, I was like, I don't like to work out before, I don't like to smoke before I work out because of that type of video. Because I saw the girl do it and I'm like, if I'm too like not paying attention on the leg press and something goes wrong, I
Her
know.
legs just snapped. I'm like, oh my gosh, I cannot watch like CrossFit fails or all of that. I cannot do it.
It's so bad, like how wrong it could go because so quick. I mean, it's weights, so
Yeah.
it's so scary.
It is scary.
So quick.
Yikes.
Yeah, that's
The
fine.
night girl on the leg press. Don't lock my knees. Don't
Literally.
lock my knees.
Yeah.
I'm
So
like, don't you
so
dare
leg
straighten out at
press.
all.
Yeah.
Leg press. I think it wasn't. it didn't take me long to back off from it because, well, like when I first started working out, obviously I was stronger in leg press than I was squatting.
Right.
So I started to load up the leg press.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll just add another plate. I'll just add another plate, you know? But eventually, as I started having back issues, I was like, okay, well, maybe this is not helping.
Mm-hmm. Well, I would imagine, yeah.
So definitely maturing in the gym is...
That's good. That's good to be like, hey, you know, like you don't push yourself because you want to keep coming back and like you want to be able to like.
Yeah, and that's where the approach has evolved to. The goal is now longevity,
right,
and health,
like the
and
lifestyle.
mobility, yeah, and sustainability, which is the hardest because there's this concept of bulking and cutting, and is so unhealthy for your mindset and your overall lifestyle. Like you're one person from September to March, and somebody different from April to June, and then drunk from July to September.
Yeah, right.
Like,
oh man,
it's not a good look.
Not a good look.
Yeah. So what's up with these topics?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. So have you guys heard about that movie? Don't Worry, Darling. Have you guys seen that?
Yes.
At all?
Yes, I have.
Have you heard about it
No.
at all? So
No, dude.
It's like Chris Pine and
Chris. There's a lot of
Styles.
people. It's Harry. I don't know if you like know One Direction or any of that. Not that I was a stan, but like he was in like one of the biggest. One of the biggest like boy bands.
I know One Direction.
Yeah. Okay. So that's like his first movie, and like a lot of people were really hyped about it because like, oh, he's stepping into acting, and then there's just been kind of drama.
I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh, I'm good.
Did you hit your funny bone?
No.
Oh, dude, one time I hit my shin on this.
Ugh. Man.
And then you guys didn't even notice.
Oh, I did not. Oh, like while we were filming?
Yeah, it was like 2 podcasts ago. It hurt so bad. That's what I was like. I was about to be monster you know? Sorry.
Just like about to be monster.
I was going to, and then I stopped myself, and then I did it anyway. And I'm so sorry.
Don't be sorry. That's
like,
relatable.
Way more.
You related. We hit our knee on the same table.
This is a safe space to be a meme monster, okay?
Okay.
Safe space.
Right.
Oh, but there was just like a lot of controversy with the movie because like it was anticipated because it's like, oh, this dude is coming into this movie with like a cast of like star-studded people like Florence Pugh, who's like, oh my, she's amazing. Yeah. I mean, she's been pretty new for the past couple of years, but she's been blowing up in Hollywood, like probably one of the best right now.
Yes.
And
Olivia Wilde,
yeah, and she's directing the movie.
Yeah.
I literally can't think of like a movie she's been in, but she's been in like
so many things.
She like I know her name, so I know like but I know.
She has like
so famous.
She has like
can't think of one.
She has like
I was like she was married to Jason Sudeikis. So I was like I know more of his movies than I know.
She has like the most amazing bone structure in her face.
She's gorgeous.
It's like
well, yeah. Well, it started getting like a little drama filled because like about a year into them filming, she was dating or she was engaged to Jason Sudeikis, but then she started kind of dating Harry Styles like while they were filming, and she's like a little bit older too, he's younger, so like that kind of everyone's like, okay, like this is a little weird, and it's a power dynamic, so it's like a little, started being a little weird.
She's stunning. Oh my,
she's so gorgeous.
She's so gorgeous.
And that dress, she looks so good in that dress. I was
God.
like, wow.
I have a question.
Okay.
Harry Styles, is he from One Direction?
Yeah.
Did he just do his own thing? I guess.
Well, yeah, they all broke up.
Oh,
Yeah.
What?
Well, yeah, as boy bands do, they're just like, I need to go on my
Oh yeah. One Direction is not.
Oh, really?
It's just Harry Styles now.
Yeah. So
Did any of them other ones go? I don't think
he
so.
did, and then
They probably
Zayn
tried.
did. He had a good song. That was a good song, but that's kind of. I've never really. I wasn't really that into it. I didn't really keep up with it that well. But I know those are the only ones I really know the names of. So I think it was just them too.
So my cousin, she was really into One Direction, and I remember one time I like Googled One Direction ticket, and then I sent to her. I was like, "Hey, look what I got."
Was she so jealous? She's like, how? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but I couldn't I couldn't.
You're like, no, it's okay. I was just joking.
Yeah, I couldn't hold on to this.
No, people are crazy about it.
But like now I've seen her post talk about Harry, and like he does like pop-up shops and stuff, and she's bought like quite a few of his merch.
Oh.
So but I didn't know it was the same. Like I had no idea.
Oh yeah, it's the same guy. He's
Okay.
just now like doing his own thing.
Okay.
But
he's a great singer. I
Really?
love his songs.
honestly, he does
Okay.
have really good music. Like
That's cool.
I listen to him, not fucking.
I know.
I was like, this is good stuff. Like their solo stuff is good, but
Yeah. I mean, One Direction's the "You Don't Know You're Beautiful" song, I will say, is a hit.
that was a hit.
Oh, so they sing that one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
Okay.
his boy band.
You
Yeah,
don't know
Oh, okay.
you're beautiful.
Yeah, it's a good song.
I think I was like too old to really like be like, oh
I
my
know.
god, they're so good. But
If this
Oh,
was like
it's
my
'cause-
Jonas Brothers days.
that was me. I was a Jonas Brothers girl.
Oh,
I was
my
a Jonas
God,
Brothers girl.
Really?
Same.
That was my first concert ever. It was Jonas-
Same. Okay, it's Miley Cyrus or Hannah Montana meet Miley Cyrus, but the Jonas Brothers were like
So good.
opened
I
up
was so
for her.
jealous.
Oh my god.
Watching that movie, I was like, it's so amazing.
Oh my god, it was so good. Oh god, I can't believe you love the Jonas
No,
Brothers.
no,
Oh my-
I saw they played at the
Oops.
radio. I saw them for
I
free at the
met
radio
them.
station.
I have a picture on my Facebook.
You know their little show that they had?
Age
their,
yourself.
Listen,
Hey, no, I don't care. I'm loud and proud. I
loud
love
and
the
proud
Jonas
about my
Brothers.
Jonas Brothers love.
They
I was
used
so
to-
starstruck. I did not know what to say.
They used to have like a little show where like they were going on. It's like on the road with the Jonases. Like they were on tour and like they would have like little mini episodes throughout like Disney Channel's breaks and stuff. And I was like, I wasn't like on it, but like they had shown when they were here and like filmed the thing, and like you could just see my my cousin like screaming because there was a part where they walked out of the building and like
Oh my
we
gosh.
ran. We're like, we gotta go see them, and like we ended up seeing them, and that part was on the thing. That's freaking out.
Okay, that's cool. That's
I have a
very cool.
question,
Okay.
and this is like I'm just trying to understand.
Okay.
What is the, I guess, emotional motive, or like what brings up a lot of emotions when you see someone like that?
Like when you like in person when you're just like
Yeah, because for example, I can't really think, personally of anybody that I will really be like, oh my god, I got like, and scream.
yeah. I think
So I guess.
I think for me, I'm not really that type of person. Like, I don't really like idolize celebrities. I'm just like, everyone's that person. But I think as a kid, I was just like, oh my God, like,
Yeah.
this person, like, I love their music. Like, they're cute boys. Like,
Yeah.
at that age, I'm just like, wow.
You're like, oh my god,
Like-
I can picture myself marrying this man.
no, literally, like, the only men I was around was like my brothers. And like, they're gross.
Yeah.
And look at these talented, cute
Oh my
boys,
God.
like, doing their thing. Like, that's,
Yeah.
so it was just like, oh my God, like, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Little boys from New Jersey got discovered.
Freaking Joe Jonas is from Phoenix. And I was like, what a flex.
Oh my god,
Really?
Yeah.
When I was in track, there was two other guys that I ran track with, and we all had long hair, and they used to call us the Jonas Brothers.
Oh my god, that's
That too. They had a cute little look, man.
they did. People
had a
copied that look. They were like,
Well, I didn't know. I just had it long so we all had our hair longs because we all played football, and like, well, you don't cut your hair
during the football
during
season.
the football season because like your
Superstition.
helmet, yeah, and like, but what a lot of us did was just like you cut your hair at the beginning of football season, and then you like let it grow out for track.
Oh, interesting.
But then like our hairs were long, and they're like, "Oh, you guys are Jonas Brothers," because there's three of us, and
I thought it was like the Jonas Brothers, then I went to Bieber, and I'm like, what is it now?
Man, I know. What is it now? Nothing.
Harry Styles, no,
Eh,
no.
I mean, not like you.
Not
I still get
really.
excited about the Jonas Brothers. I'll straight up
literally-
listen to their old songs.
Dude, I have Love Bug on my work playlist, and every time it comes on, I'm like, love it so much.
Oh my god.
That's the one I'm like still proudly
Speechless.
listening to all the
Oh
time.
my God.
Dude,
I love that
I think I'm pretty sure I learned how to play
Kind of.
Love Bug on the ukulele.
It's what?
What?
You learned how to.
I think so.
It's a pretty song. I still like it.
Yeah.
It still goes hard.
Again. Man, I just
It's so good.
I love it.
Like their music still holds up to me.
It's
I'm
same.
just like, yep.
I'm like listening to Mandy and SOS. I like Googled Mandy one time, like, where's Mandy today? So Mandy was
So good.
Joe Jonas's girlfriend when they became famous. And then they decided to just be friends. And they all had purity rings and all this stuff. Do we think that they held up to it? Was like
No.
it
they
was
did
like
not.
I was watching Call Her Daddy. And Demi Lovato was on there and they were talking about how they all wore the purity rings. And she was like, yeah, it was just like a phase. So Selena Gomez had one, Jonas Brothers, Miley Cyrus. Yeah.
Everyone was pushing. for that.
Everyone. Disney.
Like there was a second where I was like, oh, do I want one? But I was like, no, you
I
don't.
told my
You
mom.
literally don't want one. Like, shut
I was
up.
like, Mom, I want a purity ring. She's like, okay. Like the idea went away.
She's like, you want one?
Wait,
Cool.
what's a period ring?
It's- well, because their parents are like they're pastors, like they're really religious, like I think
Yeah.
Christian, something like that. It's
Yeah.
one I'm not religious,
Yeah, they
I'm
grew
sorry,
up
but
in
I
the
don't know
church, yeah.
which exactly it is. But it's just you're pledging, like you wear that purity ring on your ring finger, and you're pledging that like this is my physical attribute of being like, hey, I'm not gonna have sex till marriage. No, it's crazy. And of course they got these Disney kids to push like, hey, tell these teenagers, don't be doing this.
Did it work? You think it worked?
Oh, it
For a
totally
little,
worked.
like at least for a year, I was
Really?
like, those rings are so cute. I want one.
I know.
Like it makes sense. But
Like they're gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. Like
Oh, because you were like, we're gonna wait together. Yeah.
and I'm sure that's what it was for.
Yeah.
They were just like,
Oh my God.
influence these kids to be saints. Like,
But then,
don't do it.
okay, so then the spirit rings were they sold through the Jonas Brothers?
no, I don't think so.
No, they
Or it was just a ring that you
It
wore?
was just like a trend. It was just
Yeah, like
like
you
you'd
just
have,
went out
like-
and got your
So
own.
any ring.
Any
Yeah.
ring.
So this is a period ring.
like
in theory,
like literally,
right?
I could just be like purity ring.
Exactly.
Like yeah, purity
Gotcha,
ring.
gotcha.
But it's more so just like the statement behind it, and like you have
Right.
to wear it on your ring finger. It's so stupid.
All
Looking
right.
back, I'm just like, that's so. My cousin ended up getting one
Bitch. Oh my
because
God.
like we were both obsessed with Jonas Brothers,
Of
and she ended
course.
up getting one, and I was so jealous. I was like, oh my gosh, that's a pretty ring. And then like once we turned
Wait, so then
15,
did you
we're just like,
fear-
that's so stupid.
Did you feel impure?
No, I mean it was just I just like jewelry.
Yeah.
It was just like. And just, you want to feel connected to someone you like. So you're like, oh, well, if Joe Jonas has a purity ring,
Gotcha.
exactly. I guess we're both waiting in
We
this
are
game.
waiting. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, okay.
Oh my God.
it makes you relate a little.
Yeah.
But
No,
looking
like, do you
back,
think they actually would?
I feel like that would never fly during this time. Like if someone was like trying to push a purity ring into these kids out there,
they'd be like,
the
what
fuck?
a fucking
Like,
weirdo.
loser.
Who the fuck
Yeah. Like who
makes you think?
waits till marriage? No. Good for those who do. But
It's just a personal choice.
Personal
you don't have to influence people in that
Exactly.
sense. You think about it yourself.
So this drama.
Gotta
What's
try
the
the
drama about?
Oh
merchandise.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, so Olivia Wilde was engaged to Jason Sudeikis for like a long time. So I kind of
Who's Jason
understand it.
Sudeikis?
He's
Ted
actor
Lasso.
slash- yeah.
Have you seen him?
No.
I'm so bad with these. I know. What else? What is he on?
Well, is he an actor? Like,
No, he's an actor.
Okay, cool.
He's an
That's
actor.
that's,
I can't-
that's what I meant.
yeah,
I
he's
guess
an
what does he do?
actor.
I'm bad with titles. He's an actor.
Okay.
He's a fellow actor. And so I don't know. They're kind of on the same length. Anyway, so she kind of started dating Harry Styles on set, but wasn't like officially like. It's a little crossed on what happened. And so everyone kind of was feeling a little uncomfortable. It's like, well, you're not really doing your direct, like you have duties as a director to help out. And like Florence Hugh was like, she said she had to step up because Olivia Wilde was just kind of canoodling with Harry Styles, which I mean, I don't know. I don't know. So there was just like a lot of drama from that. And I guess Shia LaBeouf was supposed to play Harry Styles' character.
Yeah.
But it was,
Got fired.
he got fired, but it was like for different reasons. Like Olivia Wilde was like, I want to make all the women on my cast like feel comfortable coming to work, and Shia LaBeouf doesn't really do that. Like,
Yeah.
because he's a method actor, he's done a lot of like he has a lot of accusations, and it might be true. He's not that great of a guy. So Olivia Wilde was telling the world, hey, like I cut him out the movie, and then Shia LaBeouf literally like last week was like, actually no, like that's not what happened. Like you actually kind of I don't know if he released, but there was a video of her being like, hi Shia, like, I still want this to work out. Like, I want you to still be on the movie. Like Florence, maybe because I guess like there was, that's who was feeling uncomfortable. And she literally was like, maybe like this will be a wake up call for little Miss Flo to like actually like think about how important you are to this cast. So like the whole world was like, you're trying to put up this feminist front of like, you were trying to stand with women, but behind the scenes, you're trying to like, because his thing is like he's an abuser. That's what his allegations are.
Yeah.
So they're like, so you actually are telling the world, no, you're for women, but behind the scenes are saying, hey, like I don't like the women on set need to be the ones that kind of need to chill out, and we need you here. And so that kind of came out right before, like, because the movie just dropped like a couple days ago. So that came out right before the movie. So there's just been like a lot of kind of drama, like for the premiere, like Florence, she didn't come to like any of the press because she, it's been outed like, hey, like you weren't being the director you said you were claiming to be for a whole year. And then so
Apparently she had other engagement or something. So she went to the premiere for the movie, but then she didn't do any press in the beginning.
like she didn't do any like interview, like any, she wasn't trying to promote it because she's like, like I'm not standing with this film anymore just because like how unprofessional it was. And so like that's the whole thing. And so they just had a premiere in Venice, and like it was this whole thing, like everyone's like Florence isn't stepping onto the carpet, like everyone, like there's so much tension, like people know that Olivia Wilde and Harry Styles are dating, but like they were standing, they didn't talk to each other the whole time because like so everyone's like trying to say like, was it really so much drama on the set, or like was it just like a marketing ploy? Like did they just want, like, because that's what everyone's talking about, the drama, not the movie. Like everyone's like, this, it's so crazy.
Yeah, I
like,
don't even care what the movie's
yeah,
about.
like literally everyone's like, but there's people that are like, I might see this movie because of like what I've heard, or I'm not gonna see it because
Can
of
I
what I've
sense
heard.
the tension in the
What
Yeah.
I just think that again, similar
Harry
to the music play, right? Like movies, I don't want to say that they're watered down, but it's just there's a lot of content out there, you know. And if I want to watch a movie, I don't think about going to the movies. I think about
Experience of going to the movies.
no, I don't even think about that, you know, because I'm like, well, like I could just watch shit at home. Like I'd much rather watch it at home, eat whatever I want,
Oh yeah.
smoke some butt if I want to,
Hey.
drink some whatever,
Yeah.
you know.
Something.
And then fall asleep and like I won't feel guilty because I didn't like it wasn't that like I didn't pay for it or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be because it's only being released in theaters. So they're probably trying to get people
Well,
to the
yeah,
theater.
but then it's like
Could be a
dude,
marketing.
I've been going to so I went to 2 movies this year and I haven't gone. I went by myself.
I love doing that.
And
It's a very secure thing to do.
I like it's
Yeah.
fun. I remember when I first broke up with my boyfriend, that's like all I would do. I just
Yeah.
like go to the movies like by myself, cry sometimes, and watch like a sappy movie. I'm like, this
Love
is so
that.
healing. I love this.
Doing it by yourself though, it's like something so secure
Yeah.
within you. You're like, I'm not afraid to be by myself out here.
oh dude, I loved it.
Eating by
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah,
you
and
know,
I
all
bought
that stuff.
as much food as I wanted. And
Yeah.
it was great.
No judgment.
But
Yeah.
uh
Corner yourself.
I was like, I don't think what's going on over there.
I don't know. I'm blank.
Okay, we're good.
We're good?
We're good.
Right.
So recording.
Yeah, it was just not something that I could see myself like missing out. It's not something that I will crave to do. And it's not like the movies are that interesting to me
No.
personally. I also think that there's probably like a subconscious fear of just going to the movies. You know, because like I only wanted to go like when it was empty.
Right.
I was like, I don't want to go at night. There's a lot of people there.
A lot of people there. Passing the sickness.
Yeah, like
The
I don't,
Zika.
Super close.
whatever. Yeah, like, but even
No, yeah.
just like I get anxious, you know.
Oh.
And you know, after a lot of the stuff that's happened,
Exactly.
I get
So,
you.
but then if it's only released on theaters, well, if you look at the production budget, it's probably like, okay, well, how are we gonna make this shit back? So it does make you question if it's actually like if the drama is actually real or if
Right.
it's
And that-
made up. Because how are you gonna prove that it was real?
Exactly. And that's why I wanted to bring it up, because it's just like, if it is a marketing ploy, like what do you guys think about that? Like, do you guys agree with all press is good press, or like do you think that would, because there are people being like, I don't want to see the movie because like how drama filled it was, and I don't support Olivia Wilde because everything that's come out of it.
But I feel like even that person will still see it.
Yeah, like on a
Probably
streaming
wait
site.
until- yeah.
And they're gonna talk about it,
Exactly.
and they're gonna know way more about it than
Exactly.
a person that.
Well, then there's another thing that Harry Styles spit on Chris Pine. He went to sit down, and then like you see spit come out of his mouth, and Chris Pine
Like-
looks down at his seat.
Like
and
it's so obvious. Like he's clapping Chris Pine, and then like you see Harry, like it happens, and then he just like stops. He's like, and like laughs, and then just like stops clapping, and it's just like that. And that's why everyone's like, what's going on with this cast? Because so much is happening.
Why did he spit on him? And then of course they're like, that didn't happen.
Like, why would he spit on him in public? But it's also like, why would Chris Pine react like that? So I'm on the fence. I'm like, it could be a marketing thing, and I think it's kind of smart, but it's also like, oh my god, like they're getting bad reps. But it's also, you know, I guess since things are getting pushed, there's so much content, maybe people would forget, and like they'll be like,
Well, but think about who started the whole drama to money concept.
I don't know.
It was Miss Kim K.
I was like,
Oh,
the infamous.
the infamous.
I mean, yeah, I mean, she's still around. If you can make it work out in your favor, I can see like.
So I don't agree that all press is good press per se, because there's certain things that I wouldn't want to be associated with.
Yeah,
Like,
that's not
you know,
forgivable,
and that is like that's not okay. But I do think though that when there's like being talked about is a good thing,
Yes.
but you have to be able to handle it, in my opinion, because some people can't.
Yeah. I mean, look at Kim Kardashian, like you said. I mean, she's gone down, up, down, up, down, up.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. She had
Still
that
going up.
74-day marriage to the hockey player, right?
I thought it was 30.
No, it's
30
70.
days, 70. Like
70
from
day.
start to finish married.
Yeah. I mean, I think it broke up sooner, but like legally.
Okay,
like,
legally.
yeah.
Okay, so then
Oh, yeah, it
she
was.
filed. She filed
That's
right
true,
at 30
yeah.
something days. Is that okay?
That's true. Yeah, they were only together for like a month.
That's
And he even said it. He's like, I think that was like a marketing.
I was gonna say, is that a marketing ploy?
And I mean,
Probably.
it makes sense. Like that's why I was saying like it could make sense, and I get why they would do it because like that's Olivia Wilde's first movie. Like I'm sure she was like, I need a buzz, like need something to go on in here. You know, I can see why.
Yeah. Man.
But then what's the consequence of that though? Like, do you think that's whatever is going on? Do you think it's harmful enough to where it's career like?
I don't think so. Like if you know how to flip it around, and if she can really like, because honestly, all the questions she's been, because people are asking her like, well, what's your relationship with like Florence? Like, is there really bad blood? And she's been pretty good. She's like, no, like Florence, like she's a great actor. Like I'm so honored to have her in my film. So she's not like it's more like I think it's not so bad that people would be like, no, it's like I will never support you again. So I'm just if you're down to market yourself like that, you have to have like a plan, and you have to be able to like put out enough where you can backtrack a little and be like, you know, I've not backtrack, but you can own up to what you did and be like, hey, like let's watch me come back from that in a better way, you know. So I'm sure her next movie she's gonna actually be like, girl, like powerhouse. She'll probably make sure it's like more like structured, because I was even hearing, because it's a pretty intimate movie, and I guess like there was something that there wasn't an intimacy coordinator on set, because there was like intimate scenes, and like, you know, that's really important to have, especially in a studio, and they were saying that she didn't have that on set at that time. So I'm sure her next film she'll have
interesting,
like way more. At least that's just
that's intense, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, that there was just so much like drama in this movie. That's why I was like, because it makes you like, is it as marketing as it? Because that's kind of like the worst of, at least for, and also with, you know, her kind of backing an abuser. So I mean, it is pretty bad what she's doing, but I could see how Hollywood can sweep kind of that around and be like, you know, like she can have a redemption arc,
right? Because I mean, probably more people are Googling Olivia Wilde than probably ever has.
Yeah, because I mean,
why is she famous?
She's an actress. I just can't think.
Yeah.
But like, how did she started acting?
She's the first thing I ever saw her in was The OC.
Oh, okay, so she was a reality. So she
okay.
started in reality TV.
She was Marissa. I forgot her last name, but one of the main girls, Marissa. She was her girlfriend.
Okay, so she started in fake reality TV.
It wasn't reality.
No, that's
TV.
a scripted. Like
it was a scripted
like
TV show.
she was like she's been an actress.
Okay, that's all she's known for.
At least
just
yeah,
acting.
That's
her main thing, and this was her branch out, because now she's gonna be directing. Like she's directed this film. Like this is her first one.
Was she in it too? Wasn't she?
I think so.
Yeah.
It's just not like a main, like a huge.
It's probably just enough so she could get like double fucking paid.
Oh
like,
my god,
probably,
dude,
but,
like director.
and she got her man. Like I mean, freaking her boyfriend's now the lead.
So what are you guys? What are your thoughts on her?
I mean,
Like, are you pro or con?
I'm in the middle. I don't know enough about her or anyone really, but it's just like, it sucks that you would kind of like be for women and just kind of behind the scenes. Like that's what kind of like makes me like, that rubs me the wrong way. I'm just like, oh,
especially because Shia LaBeouf does have a really bad.
Yeah.
And people have said like he brings a very like aggressive energy to the set.
Yeah, like he's a method actor. Yeah. So like you can't.
What does that mean?
He's so involved in his character. Like you can't separate Shia from the character he's playing. Like he's like.
Who's Shia LaBeouf?
Even Stevens?
Even Stevens.
What's Disturbia? That's such a good one.
Oh my god.
Eagle Eye.
That kiss.
Dude, I love that movie. That's my favorite Shia LaBeouf movie.
Listen, I was like a teenager when that came out. And that kiss, I was like, okay.
What? That'd take me out. I know. So I got a little hot. That's what sucks. He was such a cool guy.
So good.
He was such a good actor. He's
Transformers.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
Okay. Wait,
Transformers.
doesn't he do like crazy protests too or something like that?
I don't know.
Or like has done like some crazy shit.
He's done some crazy shit,
but I don't know about.
Okay.
Maybe, but
he's labeled as an abuser because there's been a lot of allegations.
He was
against
like
him.
he was an alcoholic for a while too, so he's had like public like fights with people as well.
Okay,
so
maybe that's
like
what.
Okay,
that's what I.
But yeah, he like becomes like, who is Shia? He probably doesn't even know anymore.
Yeah, and like it's just so that's why everyone on set like because
that's
dangerous, man. Yeah, and that's why everyone was like, yo, like he already has a track record. Like I wouldn't want to be filming such intimate scenes with this person.
Hell
like
no.
that's
no.
Yeah, so then Olivia was like, I stand with you. Like I agree, we shouldn't. But like there's a video of her being like, Shia, like I'm sorry. Everyone else was like they were overreacting. Like I need you. I want
like
you.
That to me does not scream a good director.
Exactly. Or just
just a good person in general.
Good
but
person.
like you can't appease everyone. You could just say to him, man, your energy is too aggressive.
Yeah. And like clearly she found a better replacement. So it's just like, why did you go up to bat for this person?
Or was she like afraid to say that? Because of what the response would be from him. I don't know.
Yeah. See, that's why I'm just like, I don't know.
Why did he
really
end up getting hired then?
Well, because, you know, I'm sure she was like, it's, you know.
Wait, why did he get hired?
Why
did he get chosen if he's, well, I guess in my opinion, right? Like, for example, if there's anybody that I know that is abusive, I'm not going to be like, oh, come to my whatever.
Well, it's also like Hollywood, you know, like they don't really care about stuff like that. Like what's that guy that had the island, you know, that all the celebrities were at. Right. You know, like I feel like a lot of I feel like it's just such a different world. Like they're so out of touch that it's just like, yeah, he did something bad, but he's gonna make me so much money for this movie. Like he still has a fan base, because like even like serial killers still have like a diehard fan base. So it's like he still has like a group. Yeah. Like he still has people that are gonna go support.
What's his face? The dude that has a swastika tattooed.
Charles Manson.
Yeah, like some chick married him.
Through
letters. Like when he was in jail.
Like people, like there's, you know,
that's wild.
That's Ted Bundy. People like
people are still right. It's
Ted
so
Bundy,
wild,
right? Isn't that his name?
There's
I know. I've heard of Ted. I don't know.
It's just two separate people, but yeah.
No.
But yeah, I mean, there's sadly, I mean, if you don't care about the accusations, you're still gonna be like, well, he pools, so let's have him in the movie,
right? But then everybody was like, no.
Like once he got to set, people were like, it's not comfortable, so that's why.
Yeah, method acting is dangerous. Heath Ledger, so sad.
Oh my god! Do you watch like those TikToks? Like I like watching the TikToks that kind of deep dive on celebrities' lives, and like there was this one that I watched just about
Heath
and
Ledger.
it was like about his whole life, like how like he started getting into acting, his acting career, and like the end of it, like how it was.
Is he the Wolverine?
Joker.
He was the Joker.
Oh,
the Joker.
10 Things I Hate About You.
And 10 Things. Oh my gosh,
that's the first movie I saw of it. I was
such a good movie. Yes, man, so good. Yeah. And A Knight's Tale, right?
Oh,
that's another one too.
Yeah,
so good.
Gorgeous.
Oh my god, he's gorgeous. Beautiful man. But yeah, he's the Joker in Batman.
Okay,
and
I did hear about that. Like
he became
too many, or
he became too invested in the role, and he like became very dark and depressed and all of that, and then literally overdosed and killed himself.
Yeah. Well, also what I was watching with that little TikTok thing that I was watching, it was like, yeah, like he was like very method into acting, but he could also kind of sometimes like pull himself out. Like it wasn't constantly like that, but like he was so sick at the time too that like he was overworking because he really like gave everything into that role. So he was overworked. Man. Yeah. And then he was also filming another movie right after that was like filming in like England, and it was raining all the time and he was outside, so he got pneumonia. So it was like right after that movie, like that was so intense. He went to this other one that was so intense and like was trying to like cope with like taking medications to try to help him, and it was probably also like just battling his own issues. And then I was like,
jeez, man, that's so crazy.
It's
so sad.
Yeah.
It's like we look at these movies, we're like, oh, these movies are so great. Actors probably get paid so much money for these, but then behind the scenes,
at what expense though?
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel like lately, like, because I loved movies like like that was my biggest thing. Like I wanted to like produce that one time, and then now like I like looking at them like as people, because it's like, oh shit, like yeah, like that's why you don't really put people at such a pedestal, because it's like, oh yeah, everyone is just people, and like they have their own like life. They're just actors. And I
don't know why I never thought about it as anything other than people. One time I saw this picture of the dude that played the Batman, and he did this other movie,
Christian
and he
Bale?
was like super skinny.
Oh.
Have you seen that picture?
Are you talking about Christian Bale?
Probably. But it's like he like on one of them he's like anorexic, and I think anorexic looking, or like bone, like you can see his bones, and I think the diet consisted of like an apple a day or 2 apples, something like that. But it was like he was like super watched by like medical professionals and shit. But then also like the video was talking about the crazy ass progression from like literally bones to super jacked, superhero, and just the level of stress that your body goes through, and what does it actually take to build that level of muscle in that time frame. And I just remember thinking like that is so fucking unhealthy. Like I just looked at it from like a person's perspective, and maybe because I've done body transformations myself, you know, and I know what it takes, and I know what does it to like your psyche and your personality, and how it influences, I mean, your behavior in every way. I never looked at anything but that. And also I can't watch movies because I can't sit still that long.
Right.
So it's
The same with bodybuilders too. Like when they eat like that until they actually perform, and then afterwards they have to be on a certain diet so like their like liver doesn't shut down or something crazy. It's wild.
Yeah.
Man, it is
machine.
Yeah. I don't know. I never, well, I don't say never, but I think it's so unfortunate to go to those extremes for something that I don't see the point.
Like something temporary.
Yeah.
I mean, acting to them is like what working out is to you, like they're like passion. So it's crazy to think that someone would like do that for something they're passionate about, but I guess,
Yeah, but and maybe that's why, because I'm so, I guess, like task oriented that I'm like, okay, well, working out gives me X, Y, and Z, and then the way that I look at something like a movie or like a film, to put your body through that for money, like I don't see how.
Well, money and performance, it's like
right.
Like movies
I
can live on.
guess.
Movies can live on forever. Yep.
Movies live on forever. Like they'll.
But there's other things that.
I agree. I totally get what you mean.
Yeah.
I would not want any. Like, I don't think anyone should be putting their body like that. Like, hire actors who already look like that, so they don't have to do that. But I can see it from like being just so passionate about something you love and wanting it to be the most perfect, and like I can see why they would want to, but you shouldn't.
But then, do you think though that level of obsession could potentially come if it was like your own movie?
Like if you were like
to
directing
have,
and like
like if it was your story,
be,
right? Because for example, like I look at like the Pwrpod, like there's a lot that goes into it,
right?
And there's sacrifice to a degree, but then it's because it's ours, and like we're in it, and whatever the fuck happens, the direction is our fault, right? But as far as someone like in the movie where you have so many people that go into like the writing of the movie, and then so many people that go into the design of just the environment and the post-production and acting is it's important, right. But it's one person in probably 300 people that are involved in the movie of that magnitude. So when I look at it and from that perspective is, well, like, is it worth it? Because it's not a representation really of your craft per se, unless because it's somebody else's story.
I get it.
I get how you're saying, because I mean, it doesn't just take the actor to make the movie; it takes the production team to make the movie.
Yeah. Credits are so long.
Oh yeah, no, literally. I don't know. I guess I agree with everything you're saying. I guess just like from like the actor's perspective, they probably think like this is like, because like how I think with the Pwrpod, where at first I was just like, I'm just here, like I'm not doing anything. But once we had the meeting, I'm like, no, I'm actually like a lot more important than I think I am. So I think that's their step. Like, yeah, maybe this is like my one spot, but this is my spot to really be the best I can be, like to help out my team. So I think that's kind of, I'm assuming that's the mindset that I would hope. Like, it's
have you heard the story of Rocky?
Like
Rocky,
Balboa?
like Sylvester Stallone?
Yeah. Or Sylvester Stallone, I should say, not Rocky. Sylvester Stallone. Like he wrote the Rocky movie.
He wrote the Rocky movie?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that he did that.
Yeah. And then that he was going to sell it, but the original offer that he got was he couldn't be in it. And he was like, no, like I want to be, like I need to be
Rocky.
I need to be the actor.
Yeah.
So he ended up finding like a different path, but it was like somewhat difficult. And that's the movie that put him on the map. But
it's iconic now. Like,
so I think
movie
like,
that lives on, you know?
Right. So, and for that, I think, and maybe because I'm so limited in the movies that I've seen and my knowledge about movies in general, but I know I haven't never even seen the movie, but I know the story of Sylvester Stallone. Yeah, and I know the fucking song and shit.
Yeah, you hear that, you're like Rocky.
Yeah. Exactly. But to me, that makes sense because it's his craft, like his story, his idea, and then he's in front of it.
Yeah. No, I get that. I mean, he wanted to be like completely involved, and I get that. And I think maybe just like as an actor, even if like you don't have that much connect to it, it's just like you can connect with your character enough to be like, if you care about your craft and you're passionate enough, you to like, and your crew enough, you're like, I want to put my best foot forward. I want to do everything I can.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. I love Rocky movies. Oh, so good.
How many Rocky movies are there?
There's like
5,
yeah.
right? Oh, or maybe more. I thought there was like 5.
I
There's
mean,
a lot.
when I told friends I hadn't seen all the Rockies, we literally had a marathon one weekend about
What?
Rocky after Rocky after Rocky.
Like, that's a trilogy. There's so much.
There's so many.
Dude.
Now any movie with Sylvester, I'm like, man, it's so good.
You're like, what's Rocky doing here?
Yeah, like Rocky, what are you doing? But it's always like a badass movie where he's like the savior. Yeah,
Dope.
it is dope, man. But in other news, the Queen died today.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Sad day.
Your mom's from...
My mom's from England. She's devastated.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, the Queen was everything. She's been the leader of the monarch for 70 years.
That's
Wow.
All people know.
What?
It's like all people, some
Yeah.
people know.
She survived all the kings. She survived.
She's the last one standing.
Yeah, right. Like she's survived so many different prime ministers. It's like, yeah. She outlived all of them. And she died today.
Oh.
Just like natural causes. She wasn't like...
How old
like
is she?
96.
Damn.
Craziness. Now her son Charles is king. We were talking about it. Like
Yeah.
Charles probably like, man,
Like,
what
yeah.
the?
Because he's
Wait.
like old too.
Yeah, he's old.
Okay,
Yeah,
wait,
damn.
what's going on here? Like,
So-
That break it down for me.
yeah,
Right,
like,
right.
There's a lot of
Said
emotions that
Americans.
I'm, yeah.
We're Americans.
So Charles.
Okay.
Yeah. So Charles was married to Diana, Princess Diana.
Why?
But because Diana died. Obviously, everybody remembers Princess Diana died.
Sweet angel.
Sweet angel, and her and Charles like they butt heads a lot, I guess, and she just didn't do what the monarch wanted her to do, which was like come to dinner on time, come to events on time.
Her own woman. Like
Yeah.
she didn't sign up to be a princess.
Yeah,
You know,
she's like I'm my own person, right? But she loved Charles, so they got married. And she became a princess. So she died, but Charles was cheating on her the whole time anyway, and then has the audacity when the girl that he was cheating on with, what's her name? Anna.
I don't
Anna
even
something.
know. And it was her
Anna
friend.
It was her friend.
It was her friend.
And so that girl, so she wasn't pure essentially. So that's why
They
she
have the
that's
pure
what-
ring.
Or
And
the ring.
they do like tests, like they check to make sure that you are.
Which aren't even like
Yeah.
accurate. You can break
like,
your
how
hymen in
do-
any
Yeah,
scenario.
right.
What?
Play a
So they
sport too
checked
hard.
that. So I guess the Anna chick wasn't pure enough. And she's like, I know I'm not going to pass the period. So she married somebody else. So when he died and Diana died, they both got together. Conspiracy theory alert, alert.
And like, there's like a conspiracy theory that they
plotted.
They plotted Diana's death.
Yeah. So now she's going to be queen and he's going to be king. Well, now they are.
Oh my god, that's the worst thing. I
I
didn't even
know.
think about she was gonna be
And literally like William and Harry.
Yeah.
William and Harry are like, so they're just hating it. They're like, no, like we need to defend my mom's legacy. Like,
Dude, I would be so upset. Again, Harry's like he actually left the whole.
yeah, him and Meghan, they
Yeah.
left.
Is he who's the one that married?
Meghan Markle,
I don't know.
the actress?
I don't know.
Okay, yeah, well, that's.
It's,
Like, he-
there's she's like half.
Oh
like
yeah,
mixed, right?
Yeah, she's mixed. And
That's
Yeah.
Meghan Markle.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
okay.
Meghan Markle.
So,
and,
okay.
and it's kind of the same thing, and not to the extreme of what was happening. But okay, so Harry realized like they don't accept her the way that they didn't accept his mom. So like that's why he removed himself because like I don't want anything to happen to my wife the way something happened to my mom. So
Yeah.
they were just like we're just gonna remove ourselves because we don't want
They
anything.
moved to
do with
Canada
this.
with nothing.
Like
the-
they took away his money and like all, like the security he
Everything.
has, his money,
They're like,
like
okay.
everything, just to be like spiteful and ugly. Because I
So
mean,
they
even
moved-
the
yeah.
British tabloids were like really attacking her too, and like were making her out to be like such a like bad person. So
Yeah.
he was like, I'm not dealing with this shit again.
like she was like glaring at like the queen and like just all like nasty things about
But we're
her.
like praising William's wife, like his brother's wife, being like,
Yeah.
oh, look how great and cool. Like, I mean, when their wedding happened, like it was this biggest
Yeah.
thing. And like with Harry, they were just like,
They just
oh.
like didn't really care. It just wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah, like it was clearly like some racist
Yeah, a little
undertones
bit
with it
of
all.
race.
And it was just like, okay, cool. Like we're just going to separate
Yeah.
ourselves.
So now Charles is king, and he's old. He's older. So now,
I'd be upset.
literally, if I was that old and somebody's like, "Now you're king of this country," I'd be like,
the fuck
oh,
I am.
bro.
Like,
let's find somebody else, man. I'm so old at this point.
I know, I'd be like, throw it to my kid, dude.
Right?
Like they're young enough. Like
Because he's like 70, probably almost
70. Yeah, like
70 or 80. I don't know, but
So what is? I guess how do things work over there in terms of
They just
government wise? Like
keep it all in the family. Like,
Yeah.
it's like a family affair.
stays in the monarch.
Like that's like the king and like they still live up to that like king and queen stuff, you know,
Right.
like in 2022.
Yeah.
They're trying to keep it. That's also why they didn't want her. I think. Oh no, maybe I'm wrong. Never mind. I'm not gonna say that about like Kate being close with the family, like actual family, like that, like like far. I'm not sure if that's true. I thought I read that somewhere, but I don't know.
I don't know. But yeah, Charles is that fucking bitch. Anna is. She's queen.
And they're not even related.
So Charles is the queen's son.
Okay.
So Charles, yeah.
So now he gets a throne because
Right.
he was
right.
next in line.
Yeah.
And then after Charles, if anything happens to him, like it'll go to either his kid, William, or Harry. Like,
Could it be Harry? Do you think it'd be Harry?
we all want it to be.
We all wanted to
Like,
be
would
Harry.
it
want it
though?
to
Do you
be
think?
Well, I don't know
Because then they'll
I mean,
make.
I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen.
yeah,
to the
that's why.
monarch
Like,
at
I don't
this
think
point.
it would. Like, I don't.
Like maybe they'll all be like, all right, there's no more monarch, and they come up with like a different system.
I would love that, but I don't know.
Dude,
Yeah.
what would that do to the world politics?
Who even knows, man? I mean, the queen has been. England loves her. Like,
Really?
long live the queen. Like that's.
it.
Oh my god. So they're probably grieving so hard today.
Yeah, they're probably like, we'll think about that tomorrow.
Yeah. But the memes have already joined the internet.
I'm so mad I didn't get on social media. Like, I would
The
love to see
memes.
that.
Oh, man. It's like not
Internet's
funny,
in
but it's
shambles.
like.
No, yeah, it's bad,
but
but,
it- yeah.
the internet loves to make, you know,
like-
its
there's-
own world of
There's
stuff.
like one meme where it's like Princess Diana welcoming the queen to the afterlife, and it's like, surprise, bitch.
Shit.
That's so fun.
It's so fucked up, but also kind of hilarious.
It's like when you also think about the family and like what they like actually kind of stand for. It's like, oh, well, I can see why people don't care to make jokes like that.
Yeah. Have you
Jeez.
seen the show The Crown?
No.
So it's actually like pretty accurate, supposedly, about the monarch and about Queen Elizabeth and how she became queen and when her father died randomly when she was like 20 and she became queen.
Oh, I did not know it was that early.
It was so early. She was like on her honeymoon and like they were
Oh, wow.
and they didn't even have their phones or any like communication. They were out in like safari, whatever, doing whatever. Like they were chilling. And yeah, and then I guess news spread and Elizabeth was like the last to know that he was dead.
She's like, and now I'm queen.
Yeah,
That's
and they're like,
crazy.
now you're queen, you have to go back. And so her husband was like, yo, this is not what I signed up for. So then she was above him and no longer because he was a duke. She was just herself. She was princess, I guess, time duke or I don't know. Anyway, so he had more call the shots and was more in charge. But then when she became queen, she was obviously the ruler of everything. So they had a lot of
Of course. This
That's
man
true.
can't
I know.
handle someone just, you know.
can't hand a strong independent woman.
No, literally.
Yeah.
It's
I
like,
mean, he got on board eventually, but
That's a lot of politics in
Yeah.
general, like life politics to process consistently.
yeah,
Like I feel like at that point
Yeah.
you can't even ask for something that you crave because
yeah, like it sucks that it's like a family affair too, because like you're mixing politics with family. Like you can't even think about me as just like someone you like love and care for. You have to think
Right.
about me as a ploy is in your game. Like it's
Yeah.
crazy. Well, not game. Well, I don't know what to put, but
yeah,
Yeah.
that's wild.
that's a crazy concept. That's why it's just kind of really outdated at this point too. Which is like, do you think this is working as efficiently as you want it to be? Like,
right.
I mean, I don't live there, so I don't know how they're really doing over there. But it's
Right.
like, I don't know how efficient that, at least as an American, I'm like, I don't know how efficiently that worked. But hey, our political, I'm the last person to speak. for
Yeah,
it.
right. I don't want
I'm
to talk
the last
about
person.
America right now.
I'm just like, well, that's wild.
Long live the queen.
Long,
Yeah.
Long live the queen. Oh man, so sad.
Jeez.
70 years she's been.
that's a
Queen.
crazy role.
I know.
And just since your 20s, like,
and, like,
I couldn't imagine being a queen, right?
Oh my god, no.
Like, I can't even like take care of myself on it like daily. I'm just like, so I have to take care of like a nation.
Right, and you have to like know all the politics in each nation.
That's what I mean. Like,
and
it's
like
just,
you have to know everything that's going on in each.
right
And, like,
in the world.
Yeah. Like you call the shots for England, and
You're
like
speaking
you
for
get-
England. Like,
Oh my god,
Oh my god.
Queen of England. You're like her face is on the dollar, like or on the money. Like it's her.
What a flex.
What
She's
a
like,
flex.
hell yeah.
Like,
She's
So
like
then-
live long enough to like say that's cool.
yeah.
Do you think they'll do like a different face on the dollar?
I doubt it.
No.
She's
I mean,
so
we
loved,
still have
and
our
she's yeah.
dead presidents.
I mean,
right.
right.
So
Yeah, but do you think that it wasn't?
She is such a staple.
Oh my
like
God.
she 70 years, man.
Yeah.
Like it would be disrespectful, I would think, to the people a little.
Yeah, I would leave it forever. She's so loved by so
So
many.
she's been in charge for 70 years.
70 years.
Jeez.
Yeah. They just had like an anniversary party or whatever for the 70th year earlier this year, I think. And then they were like, she's not making it to the 75th.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. They're like, because it's usually like quarter, like you do it like every 25 years. They called it right though.
They
It's like
did.
she's not gonna. I don't know. She'll
They
make it
called
at
it.
75. So they did it at 70.
So then that's where the conspiracy theory came from.
Oh, it was a little too planned, if you ask me. Just
A little
kidding.
too planned.
I mean, you
about
never know
Princess
with stuff
Diana.
like that, like
I
with
remember
family
being-
politics.
I remember being a kid and like my mom was crying. Everybody's crying about Princess Diana dying. She was like a real person. And it was,
Yeah, because I mean that's why people loved her so. Because she was like so real, relatable. Like I want to read her autobiography so bad.
Oh
Because
my
she was just
gosh.
such an amazing woman. Like she wanted to be a princess because she cared about. Well, I don't know if she wanted to be, but she took her role because she cared about people. Like that's why people loved her so much. Like she was down to just hang out with whoever. I think what was that? It was like the 90s when like the AIDS outbreak had went on, and like she was one of the first people to like actually like touch and like talk to people like as because she went to go visit people in hospitals, and she was like actually being human with them and looking at people like as human. And that was like the first person in that family that they actually had someone to be like, oh, she cares about the people. We love her. So that's why when Charles ended up cheating on her, everyone was like, Princess Diana, she's always our princess. Like we're on her
Princess
side.
Diana.
Like there's this revenge dress that she went out with, and that's iconic. Like that's like she was,
Oh my
that
God.
woman.
she's gorgeous. Yeah.
Damn.
It was amazing.
Okay.
She was amazing.
So speaking of that, it just reminded me of this scene that I've seen of Kim Kardashian getting a little bit of
Oh my God. Marilyn
Marilyn
Monroe
Monroe's hair.
Mm.
in the dress.
Oh yeah, in the dress, but like the hair was like creeped me out. She's like, I'm gonna do. It was like weird, dude.
It's just like, why does she feel? And I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Kim Kardashian, love the show, all this stuff. But why does she feel that she, as a person, deserves to wear the Marilyn Monroe, the dress?
Yeah.
It was, she couldn't have any body makeup on. She couldn't wear it off the carpet. She literally wore it for maybe
Like it didn't even fit her. Like
she'd lose 10 pounds.
she
or
ruined the
16
dress
pounds.
trying to squeeze into it. Like she ruined the dress.
Yeah.
Because she just needed to wear it. And she didn't even like after she only wore it for the carpet, and she got a dress exactly made that wasn't that dress to actually like wear.
Yeah.
Like she didn't even wear the dress. She wore it to the carpet, ruined it. That's why she had like a sweater on, because it wasn't even zipped up in the back. Like she
Oh,
could
I
not.
didn't know
Yeah, that's why
Oh
she was
my
carrying that
God.
around. And like her, like the whole
hair,
look wasn't even
like-
like you really went all out for this thing and couldn't even like.
Yeah.
You disrespected her and she couldn't even pull it off right. Like that's
man.
the worst part.
She literally paid like what, $4 million to rent the dress for a few hours,
That's crazy.
right?
And who kept the hair?
What do you mean?
What do you
What are you
mean?
talking about?
She got a box of Marilyn Monroe's hair.
What?
I didn't hear about
I
that.
didn't
Wait,
either.
what?
I didn't hear about that. I heard she dyed her hair.
Yeah, she
Like,
dyed her
what?
hair.
Yeah, and I heard it like didn't go up well, so
well,
that's why she.
I usually don't pull out my phone, but
No, this is a moment. I didn't know she.
I did
It's
not know
a box
that.
of Marilyn Monroe's. That's
yeah.
She's
Well-
like, I want this color.
And I think she probably did it because she like wants like the I'm like modern day Marilyn, but it's
But
like
she's
you're not.
not.
Like you're
You're
not.
not.
Yeah, and like you could have probably made it a moment had you just like got the recreated dress. You could have worn that and like
Yeah.
actually did
Yeah.
something. But,
Trying to recreate the dress. That's
yeah.
fine.
Like
Recreate
appreciate
it.
her.
Yes.
Cool, but
Like,
don't like
Kim
diminish what she's
Kardashian.
done.
Her.
Kim Kardashian receives Marilyn Monroe's hair as a gift.
That's creepy.
Ew.
What are you gonna do with it?
Right?
Put in a shadow box? Like what are you gonna do with it?
Is that it?
I'm trying to find like a video
Oh.
where like because they recorded it and she is.
Kim Kardashian was
Oh my God.
alone.
That was so loud. Scared the shit out
I'm
of
so
me.
sorry. Sorry, let me.
Okay, turn it up a little. Sorry.
This is the hair right here.
Oh. Oh my God.
What is this?
That is Marilyn's hair.
A lock of the Scream Goddess's hair. It's a PR bonanza of hair. The document says it was cut by hairdresser Robert Champion just before Marilyn's famous May 19th, 1962 birthday salute to President Kennedy.
Happy birthday, Mr.
Iconic.
President. Dang, man.
What a life she left too. Oh my god.
Oh.
Ugh.
Different blocks of Marilyn's hair that we have. And this was purchased at a very reputable auction with no questions about its authenticity.
This is so cool.
Somebody purchased her hair at an auction.
And there's no proof.
Well,
Can you get
That's
it DNA
crazy.
tested? Right?
Like, so how do
Like
we
I
know
want to
for
test
sure?
this because I don't.
Well, it's like Cindy from Down the Block's hair. It's like,
Yeah,
okay.
right.
Like, so Marilyn, all right.
Yeah, right. Fake
That's crazy, though.
certificate of authenticity.
it's. I
Jeez,
thought it
man.
was super creepy.
That is creepy. I mean, what are you going to do with it? And like,
Yeah.
why? I don't know. That's also just like, if you idolize people that hard, it's like, you know, you can appreciate someone, look at their work, but
Right. You can try to bring her back from the dead.
you're
Like,
literally going to clone her
Right.
like this. Like, what are you going to do?
Clone her.
That's awesome.
Oh my god, I'm literally
Look,
they said it too.
crazy voodoo and I was one way and I channel her. This is so special to me. Thank you.
crazy voodoo shit. The channel.
That is crazy. Well, like, where did she put it in her hair? Like, you know,
She like channeled her, and that was actually Marilyn walking down the road.
it's like, I just had to wear that dress so she can really
Yeah.
feel comfy. It's fucking weird.
That's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah, it is super weird. It's creepy,
That's
and
creepy.
I was like, this is like kind of unsanitary, you know?
Oh, 1,000%. No,
Like-
1,000%. How old it is and like who's been touching and like,
Like, how
did
do
she
you
wash
know?
her hair that day?
Yeah.
Right. You don't know.
Come on.
What disease lives there?
Oh my god, that
Probably
comes
a
out of
lot.
the box. And that's where the Zika virus came, friends.
Like, so that's where the plague came
Yep, the
from.
plague started. Marilyn Monroe's hair came out of the
Talk about Pandora's box.
Oh my gosh.
That's. What else do you have for us?
Oh, well, that was one of the topics. I was also gonna see like a cute little how we met moment because they probably don't know how we met. I don't really know your guys' story about how you met.
We live next to each other.
So that's what, like, you guys met throwing out the garbage, or what happened?
So I don't. The night that we met for the first time, Carson had a little bit too much to drink. Me and
It's a
Steph,
different life.
different life, way back in the day.
Yeah.
So, because Carson's now sober as can be. So me and Steph down the street, we had some beers. We ordered beers like for delivery. Got delivered. The guy even came into my backyard and dropped them off to the table. And we were just like pounding fucking beers, like just talking, and like there, you know the song, "Oh Beautiful for Space."
Yeah. Were you
Yeah.
guys listening to that?
So we were listening to that because the mountains is like purple mountains.
Okay.
So literally, it was like a purple hue on the mountains. I was like,
You needed the moment.
I needed the moment. It was the song. So we just got so slammered, and Steph just had like wisdom teeth surgery or something, or like a root canal.
No
So
way.
she's all fucked up. I'm fucked up. Franz is like inside sleeping. Rich is coming back and forth trying to figure out his Mac, and he's asking my help for MacBook, and so we go out front and we see old Alan and two buddies in the garage, and we're like, oh my god, let's go introduce ourselves. So we went over. We brought the beer that we had left, and I was like, hey guys, you can just have this, it's fine. And I don't remember much of the conversation, if I'm honest, but you were in crutches then.
Yeah.
I do remember that. And then
Yeah.
that night I slept in Ari's crib with him.
Okay.
I don't know why.
That's cute.
I felt
Hey,
the need.
hey, you're like, I want to be close.
Yeah, and then I couldn't find my glasses for like a day.
Oh my god.
I was so blind. They were on the windowsill in Ari's room, if you wondered. One place I didn't check.
I hate that you're
Like,
like,
oh my god.
Yeah, and that's how we met.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's how we met.
Yeah. And
We
then we've
actually
Love that.
lived here for what, a year?
yeah,
before
because
we
we
met?
we moved in right before the panini, like
Oh,
right
okay,
before
cool.
the panini.
Yeah, because I was always curious. Because I'm like, yeah, like you guys are neighbors, and that's so dope.
Yeah.
But I was like, how did that? Like, were you guys friends
Actually,
before
like
that, or-
yeah, like we
They met my mom before they met me. So my mom was like outside pushing Ari in the stroller.
yeah yeah
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
like
so
yeah,
it's
it was the
met-
pandemic. It was all
yeah.
Oh, okay. That's so sick. I love that.
So then
I
we
love-
met, and
that's so like a you guys' story.
I know,
Like that's so like, hey, what's up, bud? Like let's just
literally. And
let's
then
just
one
shoot the shit.
day, I think I don't even remember after that. You brought Luna over.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
I mean, you and Gabby had come over for dinner before, and then one day, like when we really became BFFs,
Yeah.
because we're BFFs.
Oh,
We were talking about just because she followed me on Instagram and I realized that she had more followers than me.
Oh, that's what it. Yeah,
And I was like,
it's like
I don't know too many people that have a lot more followers than me.
Yeah.
I just don't like.
Yeah.
Sup, you know?
Man. So so we brought Luna over. We're sitting out back, and we're
Yeah.
just talking about social media and our love for
cool.
social media.
Yeah.
And then that's when you met Calamda.
Yeah, that's
And-
when we're working with. We
yeah.
started working with Clamda. And
Yeah, we made a
started
PowerPoint
building-
together, and we were
We
like,
build
"Man,
our
this is
first
dope."
pitch, and then one pitch together, and then we just worked so well together, and
Yeah.
it was just our skills really.
No, you guys balance each other so well. Like,
Yeah.
that's why I'm just like, oh, that's
Yeah.
universe, dude.
We're
Like,
both
Well-
Aries, if you're wondering.
Yeah, we're both in the Air Force.
Yeah, both in the Air Force. Aries.
I know you said
Yeah.
Aries. I went to Sean, just like, wait, I thought you were Pisces.
No.
It took me a second. I was like, oh yeah, duh.
29th, March 29th.
Yeah. But yeah, and that's
That's how
how
we
we started talking about what we wanted to build, and we had like a bunch of conversations. And
About,
Oh, that's
yeah.
so sick.
And you come over, I'd come over here, like just our laptops, and we'd be,
yeah, I'll bring my notebook and just
just shoot the shit.
That
And we built a company. Now here we are.
No, yeah. I mean, it's so organic and like worked out so fucking
well,
great.
that's what
really-
was really unique, was that just our skills complemented each other so
Yeah.
well, and we both wanted the same things,
Right.
in terms of product.
And we're both like disabled vets. We stayed at home. We like, well, I'm like, couldn't have been more similar. Like,
yeah,
No,
yeah,
seriously,
yeah,
yeah.
And it's good. Like we're both understanding of each other's
Yeah,
lives, you know.
yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah, no, I love that
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah.
Like, literally, that's so cool that like you're just like living next to each other and like,
Yeah.
I love that. That's
Yeah.
so cool.
Because we knew the woman who lived here before, so she was moving
Okay.
out when we moved in. And so so we knew her, and then Alan and Gabby moved in, and then the pandemic. So we didn't really meet for a few years, but
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
So sick.
good times.
Yeah,
Wait, so
I
you
like
want to
that.
say how we met?
I was just gonna say, I was like, that's so because like the universe really does work in funny
Yeah.
ways. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
like well, he's friends with someone. Well, yeah, he was working with someone that I'm friends with who is like always at my job. Like he kind of works in with my company as well a little bit. So he just showed up randomly one day and like we were all just kind of like shooting the shit really too, just talking and like we were just making jokes and I had joked around. I was like, oh, like I'm at this job, but I do need a side hustle. Like, you know, it's getting slow around here. Like I need money. And then he was just like, oh, okay. Like, you know, like, what do you do? What do you like to do? Like, what's up? And I was like, oh, like just little hobbies, like here and there. Like I like to do this and that. And then like randomly that day, my friend, she was dyeing her hair and usually I do stuff like that for her, but I was at work. So I just like texting her and he was like, oh, what are you doing? I was like, oh, I'm just like help. Oh, that was on the hobbies. Like, oh, I do hair. And actually like, I'm like talking my friend through like how to do something. And he's like, oh, I'm looking for someone to dye my hair and smoke with. And I was like, well, I love to smoke and I like to dye people's hair. I was like, well, the universe is really just working really well today.
Man.
Like it turned out just being a joke. And then like later, like literally 20 minutes later, he's like, all right, I'm going to pay you to do my hair and you need to come over and do this now. So I'm like,
Yep.
sick. Awesome.
He texted me and he's like, you gotta meet Sylvia. She's so chill. She's so cool. So
No, yeah, and I like that, and I think we all do like work really well together. And like we always say to her, like the universe like really like brought everyone together because I mean, it's the only like we had to be at the perfect place, perfect time. Like
Yeah. Well, that's what. So Gabby the other day, she was like, "I'm so glad we moved here,"
that's
and
awesome.
I was like, "Yeah, like me too," you know. But I was like, "Why?"
we're
She's
like,
like,
why? Like,
she was like, "Cause you were not Meg Carson." I was like,
Aw, that's serious.
oh my god.
yeah.
That's
cool.
serious. Yo, yeah, like you
Yeah,
guys
that's
are
really. That was really nice.
I know.
I
yeah.
love Gabby.
Yeah. No,
she's so
cool.
fucking cool.
She's so cool, and she's oh my god,
Yeah.
a bomb ass wife, man, and a bomb
Thanks.
ass friend.
Thanks. Yeah. No, I think. Well,
I texted her the other day. Ari's symptoms. Remember?
She reported back.
She did. She did. She reported back, asked me about certain things,
love
and she's like, "I'm gonna check with the pediatric floor tomorrow." And then the next day, she's like, texted me. She's like, "The pediatric floor says keep doing what you're doing," and all this stuff. I'm like, "Oh my god!" And she actually,
I mean, at least
texted
that
me.
reassurance is.
Yeah, no.
Oh yeah, exactly.
And she wanted to make sure she got you reassured.
Exactly.
And feeling good.
I love
we
it.
love it.
Oh man, I love her. She's
Oh
so
yeah, she's cool. Yeah, I definitely value her a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the jackpot with that one friend.
Fucking gem. Like,
Yeah.
she's
She
amazing.
is.
Yeah. No, and I put it like I've said it 1,000 times. Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for her. Like hands down.
You have a good group of people around you, man. A lot of genuine, like, great people. So, hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's important.
Well, it was a struggle. Like I was getting pulled from these like dark places, you know, and yeah, it was cool. Like coming here specifically to this house, it really made me like connect with like nothing, you know, and really understand what like where I was, you know, because we're pretty far from a lot, and like it's really quiet here, so
I love
Think
it.
about just think with your thoughts. And
yeah. And coming from just a chaotic place, you know, like something where you're on call 24/7, like for example, like the military,
Yeah.
right? Like you can't have your phone off, like,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
because if you do, it's like that one time that you know they call you, and also just living in apartments, you're so close to people
Yeah.
all the time, and
Now to have that freedom, though.
other people's reactions, other people's actions influence you. You know, I remember I had my preferred parking spot, but if somebody was parked there, like it would mess with my mood.
Oh no.
You could pay for your own parking spot, but then somebody could still park there. And yeah, you could do stuff about it, but this time, energy, resources.
Right.
So, you know, and I just being so conditioned like my whole life to being in that, like I always have to, you know, overlook everything that I'm doing, and then just moving here and not having to worry about just like being in peace, like feeling peace for the first time in my life. I was like, okay, the chaos is coming from these previous relationships that don't necessarily bring me any value anymore because I kind of surpassed them. So it took me a while to like welcome the new relationships and make, essentially I had to make room, you know?
Right.
Yeah. And just audit like, okay, well, this person, like every time that we hang out, we do this, but then I don't want to do that anymore.
Right.
And especially like moving from somewhere else, like to a new state, just like, oh, like there's the whole like batch of people that I didn't really know that
Right.
was out there and like existed. So it makes you be like, oh, you know, maybe the relationships I have are.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
So I love hearing when people have come out of state and they're like, dude, I'm so glad I moved here. Like, I love it. I'm like, well, I'm glad you even found it. Like,
Yeah. Seriously.
you know, like I'm glad people, because it is a cool spot. Like you can be very like, you can have your independence and individuality here with like, I mean, it's hard to find those people, but there is like actually like surprisingly a very cool, genuine group, like people out there in this city, which it's cool hearing people from out of town. They're like, I've never met people like this, or I've never had like support
Never.
like this, or, you know.
We lived in Georgia before this, and Georgia's like just so completely different. People there are very like, oh, you're so great, like to your face, but behind your back, it's.
I hear that all the time about here. It's like, I've always been this way, so I just thought about me individually, like, oh, I'll always speak up if like I don't like someone, or I won't like try to fake the funk with people. But that's what I've been hearing a lot. It's like people will just tell you straight up, like, hey, I don't really like you, and like we don't have to have beef, but like I don't like.
Yeah, we're not.
I'm just gonna separate.
We're not on the
Like
same
people are
vibe.
like, yeah, you guys are pretty real and up front here, and I'm like, I love that. That's like what we give off, like it, because I think it's a pretty authentic place. Like I mean, you have to meet people, but once you find those authentic people, like.
No, it's awesome.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah. I think it's because it's the dry heat.
Oh yeah, I get that. Like, I have no time or effort to
Exactly.
like have to put up like anything fake. I'm like, yeah, I'm faking this heat. Like I'm not trying to fake smile in your face.
For
I'm
real.
dying.
Yeah.
I'm dying.
Dying inside. Can we go inside there?
Speaking of, well, when I was in high school and just in middle school too, I'll be talking to somebody. You know, we'll walk home together,
Oh my
and you know,
God.
like you stand in one spot and just talk for hours,
Yeah.
right? Well, I saw somebody doing that by the house, but it was fucking hot.
Oh my God.
I was like, "Fuck, dude."
You're like, good for you, man. But you found that person, but get your ass home.
Just like beating sweat.
Yeah,
Like, it's
literally.
Yeah, you're like, it's too hot.
like wiping off like
Well,
off your eyebrow. You're
because
just
I remember, I just went to like a short stop. I was probably maybe gone for like 30, 45 minutes, and I left and I saw him and I like giggled. But then when I came back, they were still there. I was like, yo,
You're like,
like,
man, this will be a good conversation.
you're like, man, just getting out of my car is like brutal. Like, I couldn't
yeah, I'm
imagine
like,
just
this has to
staying
be
there.
good. Like
Has to
either, you know, like,
you trying to come
You
on
guys
the
are on the verge of
podcast?
something.
What is this? I've been staring at this forever.
Oh, just rolling stuff.
Twitter
Oh,
booklets. So
It's like tips. And
yeah,
cool,
build
cool.
a filter.
Oh.
And this is supposed to be like a backwood, which is like a tobacco leaf, but then this is a
Oh.
hemp leaf.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Very cool for you.
yeah.
I
Love
feel like
that.
rolling hemp's a little easier, so I think that would probably, at least for me personally.
On that note,
Oh, is it time? How long have we
how long have we
been?
been going?
An hour and 43 minutes. So
All right. Well,
All right.
thank you so much for listening to the Pwrpod.
Pwrpod.
you made it to this point. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it was episode 5, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week. Thanks.
Cute. We saw that in unison.
I know.